following is a presentation of Tonganoxie Sports Live, your new home for Chieftain athletics. The following is a presentation of Tonganoxie Sports Live. It's time for the Chieftains on your new home for Tonganoxie High School athletics, Tonganoxie Sports Live. Tonganoxie Sports Live is presented by Kansas Insurance, locally owned and operated. Learn more at kansasins.com. Also by Brothers Market, Community National Bank, Midwest Chiropractic Center, S&S Auto Body, The White Birch Agency Realty Executives, Physical Therapy Solutions, First State Bank and Trust, the Tonganoxie Recreation Commission, and Wizard of Paws. It's time for the Chieftains, right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to Beatty Field here in Tonganoxie, Kansas. It's another Saturday special edition of Tonganoxie Sports Live, as we're set to bring you Chieftains football, as the Chieftains making history today, welcoming their first ever out-of-state opponent, as the Chieftains are going to be taking on Southern Boone County Eagles. Eagles head over from Ashland, Missouri. It's about a half hour south of Columbia, so it's a pretty solid haul for the squads, but today's game it's a gorgeous Saturday afternoon for football. About 80 degrees outside. We are very happy to be inside the press box.
Absolutely.
It's as you can see, it's a nearly cloudless sky, a little bit of wind blowing, and it is super perfect weather for football today. We are excited to be actually be able to bring you a broadcast.
Yeah, absolutely. And and this wouldn't happen without kind of the flexibility of the conferences. The kind of thing about this COVID, era that we're living in right now is that you see a lot of cancellations. That brings a lot more flexibility and kind of scrambling to the schedules. You see, Kansas and Missouri teams starting to kind of mingle at the state line, starting to play each other. 4A going up to 5 and 6A to play. And like we said today, it's the first time ever Tongie's ever hosting a out-of-state opponent here at Beatty Field in Tonganoxie, Kansas. This isn't usual times that we're in right now, but you just adapt, overcome, and just get ready to play some football.
Absolutely, and talking about closer in the state line, it's more common to see teams playing crossing that state line. Obviously within Kansas City, you've got Rockhurst coming across the state line to play Blue Valley, Bishop Miege. But this is a haul. The Eagles. Had a look. I took a look at their coach shared their travel plans with me, and these guys were up at the field at 7 a.m. this morning to load up the bus and head here, and they stopped along I-70, one of the rest areas there, do a little bit of stretch, a little bit of walk through, and then they've been here since about 11 o'clock. But again, it's great to have the opportunity to bring you a football game in this time frame. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll come back here and present some matchups and take a look at the schedule right after this.
To be successful on the field or the court, you need a quality team. To be successful in the real estate game, you need the team at White Birch Properties Realty Executives in Tonganoxie. Amanda, Brianna, and Joanna make up this team of like-minded individuals with the goal of making the home buying and selling process enjoyable and stress-free. The team at White Birch Properties is in it to win it. Stop by and put together your game plan at 1203 State Avenue, Suite B in Tonganoxie, or call 913-417-1007.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
And we're back here in Tonganoxie, Kansas Again, today's matchup features a couple of teams that are 4-1 on the year. In Tonganoxie's only loss on the season coming to Paola in a game we brought you right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. A 35-28 setback, but again, setback's not necessarily the right word there because again that was a game that came down to basically who had the ball last.
Absolutely.
And unfortunately, Tonganoxie was able to get the ball with about a minute left on the clock, but just a little bit of miscommunication on one of the last plays and interception thrown, and that wrapped that up. On the flip side of that, Southern Boone, they took their loss the first week of the season. They dropped a 32-20 loss at Odessa, and they, reeled off 3 straight wins before having a game canceled due to COVID. Their game at Versailles on September 18th was canceled. They flipped over to they immediately flipped and recovered. Played at Richmond. Then they turn around, come home the following week, take on Eldon, win that one big, 54-20. And then the quarantine bug really hit the Eagles pretty hard as they saw their game at Hallsville canceled on October 2nd and at Osage on October 9th canceled. So this is the first action for the Eagles since September 25th. And, again, that's, be interesting to see how that affects their play and all that, and we'll kind of get into that. Looking at stats, you got a couple of teams that are coming in pretty solid combinations. The passing yards, sorry, getting a little interrupted by the officials are coming up and trying to give us some information, like not noticing we're on the broadcast. So, teams with a couple, really balanced offenses. Southern Boone comes in averaging almost 200 passing yards a game and 159.4 yards rushing, giving up defensively. They only give up 66 yards passing per game and give up about 153 yards on the ground. Tongi on the flip side of that, passing yards averaging about 150 yards per game, 160 coming in to today's game with a 158.4 average, and rushing yards slightly north of that as Tyler Bowden comes in. Bowden averaging 260 yards a game, almost it's 100 more yards than the entire team of Southern Boone County. The Chieftains averaging 297 yards on the ground. Total touchdowns, the teams are pretty evenly matched there. The starting quarterback for the Eagles, Chase Shupp. Again, he's played in all 5 of their games. He comes in with a 62.3 completion percentage, quarterback rating of 116. That's a pretty solid average. He's thrown 6 yards on the season, 6 touchdowns on the season. 6 yards, that's horrible. He's averaging about 10 yards an attempt. He's almost over the 1,000-yard mark for the season. Rushing, the Eagles have kind of a little bit of a two-headed line there. Alex Switzer's their primary back, and he's averaging a solid 78 yards a game. And then Ben Brookshire gives Switzer the occasional breather, and is he averaging 38.8 yards a game. Receiving, the main target for Shupp is Blake Dapkus. He's got 4 touchdowns, averaging about 100 yards a game. 20 yards of reception. That's pretty solid over 5 games. And Tate John and Alex Switzer, again, both throwing, chipping in about 150 yards each on the year. For the Chieftains, again, Tyler Bowden getting it done on both sides of the ball. He's 4 receptions for 46 yards, averaging 11.5 per catch. Sam Clydesty, Bodie Strauss, and Heston Robbins. Pretty solid middle of the pack there for the Chieftains, averaging about 20, between 20 and 30 yards each. And Dallas Bond, though, is the workhorse in the receiving corps for Chieftains, averaging 64.4 yards a game, about 14 yards a catch. And last week we saw, so much of the story the first part of the season was the work of Tyler Bowden. And this year, last week, it was the Dallas Bond show.
Absolutely. I mean, when you have 3 touchdowns in a game, it is spectacular. But when you get all 3 of those in the first half, and in the second half too, he had that big catch. Kind of when the offense was really sluggish, he had that big catch from Poggi to set him up in 1st and goal, punch in. Really kind of sealed the game for him last week. He was absolutely incredible. And for the Eagles, if they want to have any chance to be in this game today, they got to find a way, slow down the run game with Tyler Bowden, and try to keep Dallas Bond as limited as you possibly can. The Chieftains are a little shorthanded on the receiving corps because Heston Robbins, he will be out today with a injury. So that kind of puts it on Bond, and then you're going to have Bodie Strauss, for example. He's going to have to try to step up, try to get some of those more receiving yards back. But, but at the end of the day, it's just going to come down to who's going to stop the run game and who's going to stop Tyler Bowden.
Yep, and we're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back with some thoughts from Coach Troyer right after this break.
With the First State Bank and Trust mobile app, you can bank from anywhere. Check your balance while you're waiting in line here, or transfer funds while you're here. Forget to pay that bill? Pay it from here. Don't cut your visit short to go to the bank. Make your deposit from here. And remember, you're always welcome to bank right here. Did you know First State Bank and Trust has donated over $112,000 to Tonganoxie schools? Every time you swipe your Tonganoxie Chieftain debit card, we donate. For more information, visit us at firststateks.com. Member FDIC.
Wizard of Paws, located in charming downtown Tonganoxie, offers personalized pet grooming with an attention to detail. At Wizard of Paws, your pet becomes family and will be in a clean, stress-free, relaxing environment. With appointments throughout the day, Wizard of Paws gives your pet a one-on-one grooming experience, ensuring they return to you quickly and looking fabulous. Call Wizard of Paws at 913-416-0255 or bring your pet in for a free estimate at 612 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie. Learn more at wizardofpawsgrooming.com.
Yeah, so another Saturday game this week.
Yeah, I mean, it's they're coming off quarantine and they wanted an extra day to practice, and so we're getting ready to go.
Awesome. So want to dive in real quick to question about last week's game. Obviously, with it getting pushed back, you had prior obligations. How did it feel missing a game to officiate a wedding?
Well, it was different. 38 years of coaching, that's only the second game I've missed. So, that's not for the norm, but, with the obligation that I made back in January, and this was 2 former athletes, a female height triple jumper and a football player that I had 10 years ago. So I stayed with my commitment. And, we talk about that we have a great coaching staff that can step up at any minute, and they did a great job, and the kids responded, and it was a great night. I mean, the wedding was at 4:00, and I was able to, by 5:00 be on my phone with several other former players watching the game.
Well, hopefully we did the justice of the call, and obviously the coaching staff, Preston and the rest of the crew, came through in flying colors, throwing up a shutout first of the year. How do you guys take that momentum and continue it on into this week?
Well, we're kind of excited about this week, Kansas versus Missouri type thing. We found a school that's similar. They're a little bit smaller than we are, but they're a good team. They're 4-1, just like, they only have 1 loss just like we do. And we think we match up pretty well. So I think it's going to be an exciting game. It'd be different being at 2:00 in the afternoon, but I think that'll be fun. Get them used to playing on Saturday afternoons.
Yeah, that's something that Dylan and I touched on for last week's broadcast. For some of the guys on the team, this is kind of a a taste of their future. Looking at Brandon Martin, Blake Poggi, Tyler Bowden. Certainly, those guys have the potential to play at the next level. But then for some of the guys that may not have that same potential, giving them kind of an opportunity to kind of have that college feel.
Right.
And this week being different than last week. Obviously, last week finding out late in the week that you guys were going to have to bump the game to Saturday, but this week having that extra day. How does that change your practice timeline?
Well, giving us an extra day, during midweek, we can kind of just relax a little bit, and give the guys an extra day, just got to kind of low key walk through, but really doesn't change as much, and then we'll have the short week to turn around next week and play on Friday night. So,
okay. Talk about Brandon Martin a little bit. How do you anticipate your defense shaping up? Again, Southern Boone County has a pretty stout athlete at quarterback. How do you combat that?
Well, we finally get, last year, we played those three grinded out schools that the game goes fast with Paola, Lewisburg, and Eudora. And we finally get back into where, we can test our secondary a little bit and get them back into our normal defense and being able to play more in our 4-2-5. So I think it's exciting for the kids to have the opportunity to do that, play a spread team.
And obviously on offense, facing a team that kind of have that similar mindset, have you gotten a chance to look at their defense and see opportunities to exploit mismatches?
Yeah, they're big up front, and we got our work cut out for us. We're just going to try to do what we do. With the runs there, we're going to take it, and if the pass is there, we're going to go for that. Also, Dallas Bond had a great game, last week. With those 3 touchdowns and 2-point conversions, and we hope to continue the same. And our receiving core is getting better as weeks go on. So. I think it's going to be a fun game. They throw it around a little bit, we throw it around a little bit, and we can both run the ball also.
Awesome. Any final words?
Well, yeah, it's just next few weeks, we're blessed to still be playing, week by week. The little things it seems like things are falling apart all the way around us, but we're still there, able to play.
Awesome. Well, good luck this afternoon, Coach, and we'll talk to you after the game.
All right, thanks.
The Tonganoxie Recreation Commission understands that the benefits of recreation are endless. That's why they are continually working to develop programs for all the residents of Tonganoxie. Great programs like the 3rd and 4th grade basketball league and the 4th through 6th grade volleyball clinics. Registration for those programs are open right now and are great for any skill level. For more information or to get registered, go to tongirec.org or call the Tonganoxie Recreation Commission at 913-845-3502.
Community-minded, community-strong. That's what you get with Community National Bank in Tonganoxie. A small-town feel with the best banking services, including great options on loans, checking and saving accounts, CDs, safety deposit boxes, and more. At Community National Bank, people don't care how much we know until they know how much we care. To learn more, check us out on Facebook at Community National Bank KS or visit communitynationalbank.net. Go Chieftains!
And National Anthem brought to you by the Tonganoxie High School Band. Once again, I always love watching the conductors and the bands with the, they're like driving a car. Basically, as you see when the flourishes come, you see the conductors with the big emphatic movements, trying to exhort their band to do great things.
Yeah.
And I always love watching that.
I always love watching the enthusiasm just kind of ooze out of the conductor. I'm out of practice. I'm not used to doing this on Saturdays, but the point I was getting to is that Charles Van Middlesworth, the band director here at Tonganoxie, he's even when I was coming to school, one of the most enthusiastic people you'll ever meet. The energy he brings is just unmatched.
And Tonganoxie coming through the tunnel, taking the field there, and we'll take one last quick break. Thank you for joining us on the pregame show brought to you by White Birch Properties Realty Executives. At White Birch Properties, you have a team of agents ready to help you buy or sell that next house. Their team is ready to lead you to success in the real estate game. Visit them at 1203 State Avenue, Suite B in Tonganoxie, or call 913-915-0451. We'll be back with the starting lineups right after this break.
Get back in the game with Physical Therapy Solutions in Tonganoxie. As a state-of-the-art outpatient physical therapy clinic, Physical Therapy Solutions will develop a plan of care to help you move, reduce pain, restore function, and prevent disability. Physical Therapy Solutions takes great pride in delivering current, quality-driven treatments. Your physical therapist will work with you to help you understand your body so you will achieve long-term health benefits. To learn more, call Physical Therapy Solutions at 913-417-7400 or visit ptsolutions.ks.com.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and more. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193.
Welcome back to Beatty Field. Run quick through the starting lineups for both squads. Start off first with our visitors from Ashland, Missouri, the Eagles. On the offensive side of the ball, up front, number 77, Sam Hampton. Number 56, Dane Donegan. Number 52, Max Hampton. Number 54, Jacob Brooks. And number 66, Caleb Perkins. Receivers for the Eagles, number 8, Nick Post. Number 15, Blake Dapkus. Number 17, Tate John. And number 27, Baden Glass. In the backfield, number 33, Alex Switzer. And at quarterback, number 12, Chase Shupp. Come back to the other side of the ball right after this. Jackson McWilliams setting the ball to kick. Chieftains will start on defense today.
Beautiful Saturday afternoon for football. Let's get it started.
Williams, nice little chip shot hauled in by Bradley Smith. And he's wrapped up after a short return there. And defensive starters for the Chieftains. Number 7, Sam Clydesty. Number 16, James Eaton. Number 25, Andrew Colvert. Number 31, Mitch Geiger. Number 34, Jacob Maxwell. Number 46, Brandon Martin. Number 62, Jared Lowe. Number 70, Tucker Isaacs. Number 79, Connor Bruch. Number 84, Dallas Bond. And number 44, Devin Spleichel. Two receivers near side, and the Eagles start with a handoff, kind of get into the rhythm of things. Schlupp hands to Schweitzer in the backfield.
And this is going to be absolutely crucial for Southern Boone, the Eagles coming out on this first drive. Because, we know, like in high school, it's not typical when you get out of school on Fridays, you kind of take that bus trip to wherever you were going. Usually you travel maybe no more than an hour. But these guys coming over on a bus, probably a 3-hour trip in total. Just this morning, it's going to be interesting to see if they can get in rhythm early.
Looks like they may have a shot there as the pass is complete near side, wrapped up early by Geiger. pick up a few yards, brings it up a 3rd and 2. Eagles looking to the sideline for the call there. I'm like, yeah, we're done. We're good. Post in motion there, and big opportunity.
Get on it!
That's not how the Eagles wanted to start. As
Absolutely not.
The short pitch from Shupp to Schweitzer. Schweitzer bobbles it, and the Chieftains fall on the ball real quick and pick up a huge turnover here.
That's absolutely never what you want to do on your first possession of a game. I don't care where you're coming from, how good you are. Doesn't matter. Starting off with a turnover on your very first offensive possession is just an absolute killer, and it brings your confidence for the whole rest of the game really down low. Really sloppy play there.
See if the Chieftains can take advantage of this as Poggi sets up in the backfield with Bowden a couple yards behind him. Handoff. Bowden goes right up the middle and picks up 9 yards. Corey Gillick on the tackle there. 3 receivers far side. Classy motions for the Chieftains. Comes in block and same play. And Bowden picks up the first yard and then a couple.
Yeah, Tonganoxie, absolutely. As soon as they come out on offense, they're going to run the ball, and they're not going to change their plan until you try to either stop them or until when the defense tries to stack the box, and go, all right, we're going to attack you deep. That's what we saw a lot of last week when they started stacking the box. When Piper started stacking the box, that's when they started going deep to Dallas Bond.
Yep. Bowden steps up into the hip pocket of Poggi. And we've got a flag and early signals encroachment. So the Chieftains will take another 5 yards closer, and Eagles looking to the sideline. This is Preston Troyer sending in the play call. 3 receivers top of the set for Chieftains. Poggi calls for the snap. Drops back. Short pass finds Bodie Strauss on a little crossing route. First and goal from the 4-yard line.
Down here, first and goal inside the 5-yard line. I wonder who they're going to give the ball to, John.
You know, it's hard to tell. You know, they've got so many different offensive weapons on this team, and
it's a good problem to have, right?
Yeah, exactly. And unsurprisingly, the ball goes to Bowden, and he's going to scoot around the corner for an easy touchdown.
So we got a flag here, though. Let's see.
What do we got?
Looks like we got a hold on Tonganoxie.
Moves the Chieftains back to the 11-yard line. Still first and goal.
That's probably one thing that the Chieftains really want to try to clean up on this week. How they've been playing all season. They've been doing really good run game, pass game, defense, all that. But the penalties all season, they've been kind of really sloppy on the penalty side. Really looking for them to really kind of try to clean it up this week as we start getting closer and closer to the playoffs.
Calliste motions to the right side of the formation. Easy little dump pass there for Poggi. Calliste's wrapped up immediately there by the Eagles for a couple yards gain. He's up 2nd and 9.
That was just great coverage there by Blake Dapkus of the Eagles, just staying right there on the hip of the receiver, wrapping him down as soon as he caught it.
Yep, great read there.
Mm-hmm.
Calliste checked out far left side. And tight formation handoff to Bowden, and he's going to find the second hole and touchdown the Chieftains.
Yep. No dirty laundry either, so this one's going to stand, John.
Just
like we've been seeing all year. You know, you're down there deep in the red zone at your goal line. Just give it to number 3 and let him go to work.
Yeah, thankfully he gave me a little bit of time to warm up and take a mulligan on that first call. Because the first touchdowns, that just kind of. But one of the things we've watched him do all year is that waiting for things to develop, and that's perfect thing. The hole wasn't immediately there, and then all of a sudden it was. McWilliams' kick is up and through the uprights. Tonganoxie leads 7-0 early. Take a quick break here. You're watching Tonganoxie Sports Live, presented by Kansas Insurance.
The Tonganoxie Recreation Commission understands that the benefits of recreation are endless. That's why they are continually working to develop programs for all the residents of Tonganoxie. Great programs like the 3rd and 4th grade basketball league and the 4th through 6th grade volleyball clinics. Registration for those programs are open right now and are great for any skill level. For more information or to get registered, go to tongirec.org or call the Tonganoxie Recreation Commission at 913-845-3502.
Awesome.
Welcome back to Beatty Field. Tonganoxie Sports Live is presented by Kansas Insurance. At Kansas Insurance, you'll find personalized coverage designed for you. As an agency, they believe in taking time to issue personal care and attention to each individual client. To see how Kansas Insurance can help you protect what matters most, call 913-369-6600. Again, Chieftains capitalize on that early mistake by the Eagles and punch the ball in for a touchdown. Again, definitely the way Tonganoxie wanted to start off the game, scoring inside the first 4 minutes of the game. And
exact opposite of what the Eagles had drawn up, though. That goes without saying, I believe.
Absolutely. Nice little chip kick there from McWilliams, handled again by
wrong. He's going the wrong way.
Bradley Smith, and Smith makes a pretty bad choice there, trying to retreat to reset, and loses 4 yards on the return there.
Yeah, I mean, it's ideally you always want to try to go north on the football field, maybe go east and west to cut back, but when you're going south on the field, you're doing something wrong.
I mean, southeast, southwest I could deal with, but that's
straight back. Yeah.
Because that's one of the things that because when he picked it up, he started to look like he was going out of bounds, and then it's like, oh, that's smart, and then all of a sudden, who knows? Anyway,
just trying to do too much. That's all that is.
Lots of motion in the backfield, and it's going to be a false start. Definitely, you can tell that there's quite a bit of rust. One of the things Coach Schroyer touched on in the pregame interview is, Southern Boone has finally got enough folks to play after quarantine. They're, they're on a 3-week. They've had 2 games straight where they've not been able to play, and they, asked for that extra doing practice. So, when you see the motion, complex motion coming like that. Handoff goes to Baden Glass on the reverse, and he's wrapped up at the original line of scrimmage. But, you see that confusion in the backfield. It's that's one of those things that's characteristic of having that layoff. It's tough to recover from.
Yeah, I mean, Tonganoxie has everything going in their favor today. Everything, because with Boone, we talk about the rust. They haven't played games in a couple of weeks. And then also kind of we alluded to it earlier, the bus ride up here this morning, getting off the bus. It's a lot of it's a complicated situation they're in, but they just got to find a way to try to bring it together and make this a competitive game.
Yeah. Schlepp drops back to pass and fires it in. A little bit hot for his receiver. Skips off the pads of Tate John on the far side. Again, the execution. We'll say the execution on the second time the Eagles tried to run that play was much better. You could see that they were a little bit more in sync. But again, you're trying to shake off the rust, and then the long bus ride. Little delayed draw handoff there as Shep starts to bootleg, and then.
It's just great discipline there by the Chieftain defensive line. It's always great. When you see the quarterback rolling out, you're thinking, it's going to be a pass, but it's always great to stay home, be disciplined, and wait for that, halfback draw up the middle. Great preparation there by defensive coordinator Coach Bond in this defense. So 2 drives for the Eagles, 1 turnover, and now 1 in a punt. Almost a high snap.
Ball takes a Eagles bounce and is down on the 35-yard line. Chieftains will take over. First and 10 from the 35-yard line. Three receivers top of the formation for the Eagles. Poggi calls for the snap. Handoff goes to Bowden, and he's going to go back up the left side. He's through! 20, 10, nobody's going to touch him. Touchdown, Chieftains!
Yeah, this is starting to look like a very long day for this Eagles team, especially on the defensive side. Just nothing better for an offense coming out first play, gashing the run right up the middle, taking it to the house already. 2 touchdowns early in the game for Tyler Bowden. He's looking to take over.
It's his 18th on the year. McWilliams waits to put the extra point through, and Chieftains are up 14-0 halfway through the first quarter, and we are I don't want to say it, but we're heading towards the territory of something that starts with a B. It's one of those things that you never talk about. It's like no hitters in overtime. You don't necessarily talk about it, but definitely cannot complain about how the start is going for the Chieftains. Again, it was awesome to watch that play develop because you're getting Bowden again going in the exact same spot that he'd been on the previous couple of plays. He's finding that left hole, finding the hole on the left side of the line. That's something that hopefully the Eagles will be able to kind of make that adjustment and pick up going forward. But for Tonganoxie's sake, we'll just keep
Yeah, I mean,
like you said, we'll just keep taking advantage of it until they shut us down, and then we'll go find something else to take advantage of. And,
absolutely. I mean, now for the Chieftain, offense, they got the mindset now where they can go up to the offensive line and they can say, hey, we're going to do this. We're going to move you here, and we're going to run it here, and there's nothing you can do to stop us.
Yeah.
And that's just one of the best mindsets you can have when you're on the offensitive side of the ball.
It's always helpful when you kind of feel that, you feel that vibe, and that emotion is just,
Yeah, their confidence right now, they're soaring like eagles, John.
Yeah.
You pun intended or not intended, I'll let you decide.
I was going to say that was well executed there. McWilliams set to kick off again. This chip shot carries a little bit in the wind, out of bounds. Again, I think they were definitely trying to target Bradley Smith there again, but again, the wind definitely a little bit more to contend with than the Chieftains have had to deal with all season. As you can see, the big flag on the fire truck whipping, and then on the in the bank parking lot across the way. First and 10 for the Eagles from their 35-yard line. 3 receivers top of the set. Schlupp drops back to pass, short little dump off to Alex Schweitzer, and he's going to scamper for a first down and change. Pushed out of bounds by Clydesty.
Yeah, just great ball fake there. He looked like he was going to swing it out to the left side of the field, and then kind of does a little, kind of looking like the 2 tops in the backfield, circling back around. And dumping it off to the back, coming underneath. Great little screenplay. See if they could try to build up some momentum off this now.
And Schweitzer's in backfield there. Receiver split either side for Eagles. West in motion. Handoff to Switzer, and he's going to churn forward about 4 yards. And that last play has to be a great kind of confidence booster for Switzer as well, because as you remember that first drive, he coughed up the toss, and, to be able to have back-to-back plays where, catch the pass and is able to secure it and get some real good yardage and then hold on to that and come through a crowd.
Absolutely.
It definitely sets his mind a little bit more at ease as we head forward in the game. Little play action there. Perfectly defended by Tamar Brown on the left side of the field there. Again, Shep just floats that pass in there, but Brown sees it, spots it, goes up, and gets just enough of a hand in there to break up the pass. And
yeah, great defense by Tamar Brown. But for Shep, though, if he wants to complete that pass, he's got to get it in there a little bit quicker. As we talked about, he kind of lobbed that pass in there. He had the receiver open. If he kind of puts in a little more of a line, they pick up another first down.
Yep. Sweet motion, but Brandon Martin celebrating the big tackle there as he.
It's like Tonganoxie's own monster of the midway. Brandon Martin is. This dude has been an absolute beast for them.
Yeah, see Glass going in motion, kind of reminiscent of one of the sweeps that they ran on the first couple of drives. Martin didn't bite and broke through and tackled Switzer for a loss.
There's a reason he's averaging like 12, 13 tackles a game.
Glass looks in again, and we got a false start on both sides as Nick Post and Baden Glass both flinch a little bit on the hard count.
Yeah, typically on the offense side, when you're going for a hard count, you want to try to get the defensive side to jump. You never want to see your own side jump, so that's kind of another little killer here. It's interesting to see if the Eagles are going to punt or if they're going to try to go for it here with still the ball at the 50-yard, close to the 50-yard line.
Looks like they are going to set up to go for it as three receivers split out to the top of the formation. Switzer still in the backfield with Shupp.
I'd also look out for one of those quarterback pooch kicks, but nah, he's going to go for it.
On for it, and ball is intercepted by Mitch Geiger. You kind of, it's one of those things. I love giving Mitch the stat, but that's one of those ones where you almost would have rather just let it fall harmlessly in front of you, take the extra 20 yards. But you know, hey, you know, you gotta make that college resume stand out however you can.
And you know, John, things are different in the game too. When you see the ball like coming your way, it's just like I can't resist. I got to do it.
Oh no, I don't fault him at all for that. But hand off to Bowden, and he's again up the left side, and he was ball squirts loose, but the back judge was very quick to point his hands at the ground, saying that he was down. Again, that play coming to the left side of the line for the Chieftains is Eagles still have not found a solution for that.
They shouldn't feel bad. A lot of other teams haven't found a solution for Tyler Bowden either.
Quick little screen pass there to Clydestein. Clydestein shakes off his tackler.
There you go.
And turns a 7-yard into a 17-yard gain there.
Yeah, I mean, St. Clydestein, this young man, he has absolutely stepped up, you know, in his junior year here already in the previous games. But now, again, when we talk about Heston Robbins being out, one of Poji's more favorite receivers, having to step up even more, doing a great job there, turning, again, a gain of 7 or 8 and adding 10 more yards at the end of it.
Tamar Brown checking in, receiver on the near side here, and hand off to Tyler Bowden. He squirts through the line.
There he goes again.
He goes. He's going to great pursuit tackle there by Dapkus as he chases Bowden down.
Yeah, Dapkus, you know, another touchdown saving tackle there, but my goodness. Mountain, he's got to be close to over 100, if not already over 100.
Yeah, we can say between the big run, 60-yard run on the last touchdown, and that.
And we still got over 2 minutes left in the first quarter.
Incredible the work that this young man can do. Poggi calls for the ball, 2 receivers top, and he's going to dump a quick little screen out to Dallas Bond. Bond able to pick up about 5 yards on that. 4 yards. Scoreboard had second down and a long 7. Three receivers top of the set for the Chieftains. Bowden checks into Poggi's hip pocket left side.
Wide open.
Oh! Just slightly overthrown there for Clydesty, but Clydesty wide open, and Poggi just gets caught up in the wind just a smidgen, and Clydesty can't make the diving grab there.
Yeah, and we saw Poggi again back at the first game of the year. It seemed like any pass he would throw up, it would just be right on target to his receivers. Then he kind of had that absence in weeks 2 and 3, and ever since he's come back, he's been a little bit kind of a little rusty on some of those longer passes. Again, something that Tonganoxie is looking to kind of help clean up, get his accuracy up.
Yep. Hand off to Bowden coming left side, and again, that left side has been open. Secondary able to kind of corral Bowden there. He's forced to slide for.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Tongi all year. They're not afraid to run the ball on the left or right side of the line, but there must be something on that Eagles defense over on that left side of the line that they really like, some type of mismatch. They've been running it down their throats on that side.
And again.
Here they go again.
And he's going to score through, diving into the end zone for 6. Bowden with the hat trick in the first quarter. Stealing your phrase from Dallas Bond last week.
Yeah, he might have heard our broadcast last week. He heard us talking about how great Dallas Bond was in the first half. He said, well, I'll do you one better. I'll get my hat trick before the first quarter is even done. Just great play so far.
And McWilliams with the easy chip kick in. Take a quick break. Here's the Eagles lead 21-0. You're watching Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com.
Trying to Google. And we're back. Minute 54 left here in the first quarter, and Chieftains on top, 21-0. Again, the Chieftains have just come out hitting on all cylinders today. I think the biggest thing that sparked the Chieftains is the original that first play, the first drive where Switzer coughed up the ball and the Eagles the Chieftains immediately pounced on it, and it's a.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't have to look very hard and long to try to find the motivation and get a fire going. Again, we talked about it. As soon as there's a turnover from your opponent on the very first drive, and you get to take it over, especially when it gives you great field position and it's in your red zone, and you punch it in for a touchdown. It just you start that big wave of momentum, and Tonganoxie has been riding it already.
Yeah. McWilliams showing off his leg there. Pounds it right at Smith, and he's pushed out of bounds just shy of the 20-yard line. Pushing just outside of the 20. My bad. The referee spot on the 21-yard line. Again, we've seen Coach Troyer kind of mix it up all year on the kicks, taking advantage of McWilliams' skill. You've seen a lot of little chip kicks, little pooches, and then but we know McWilliams has the leg to boot it, and
it's just keeping the return team on their toes. You never know if they're going to get a little short pooch or if he's going to kick it out of the back of the end zone.
Handoff. Schweitzer takes up the middle for 3 yards. And again, watching the Southern Boone County returners warm up pregame, it's one of those things I think that was something that the coaching staff for the Chieftains spotted. There were a couple times where they, receivers bobbled the ball a little bit, weren't able to, make clean grabs on it. And that was a situation there where Bradley Smith, had it. Handoff up the middle, and Brookshire checking in, and he's going to pick up about a yard there.
Yeah, for Shupp and company, this Tonganoxie defense is absolutely one of the toughest, in the league to run the ball on. So they're definitely going to have to try to find a way eventually in this game to try to get the pass game going, because so far the run just has not been there for them all day. Then again, it is early, so it could wake up, but just so far.
Two-back set for the Eagles. Two receivers top. Play action coming left side, and
that was a good ball.
That's a nice pass completed to Blake Dapkus. As you said, it was early, and they're just kind of trying to find their rhythm, and that looks like Shupp is kind of starting to settle into this contest. As a little play action pass there, and Dapkus able to kind of beat his defender. And
yeah, I'm surprised. If I were the Eagles, if I was the head coach over there, I'd be maybe kind of starting to run to a little bit of a tempo offense here, trying to kind of give the Chieftains not so much time to try and make defensive substitutions and adjustments. Try to get the ball going while you got it going.
Pitch there to Switzer, and he is wrapped up by the Chieftain defensive line. Brandon Martin, center of the pile there. Knocks him back a yard. The two-back set for the Eagles. Shupp up under center. And timeout.
I think that's the end of the first.
Oh, yeah, that is the end of the first quarter. Yeah.
Already?
I was going to say, at the end of the first quarter, Tonganoxie leads 21-0. We'll be back right after this break.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
With the First State Bank and Trust mobile app, you can bank from anywhere. Check your balance while you're waiting in line here, or transfer funds while you're here. Forget to pay that bill? Pay it from here. Don't cut your visit short to go to the bank. Make your deposit from here. And remember, you're always welcome to bank right here. Did you know First State Bank and Trust has donated over $112,000 to Tonganoxie schools? Every time you swipe your Tonganoxie Chieftain debit card, we donate. For more information, visit us at firststateks.com. Member FDIC.
And we're back to Beatty Field here in Tonganoxie, Kansas. Second quarter about to get underway as the Chieftains holding on to a comfortable 21-0 lead, but Eagles are kind of finding their rhythm. Had a pretty solid drive. Starting with a 2nd and 11 on their 41-yard line. And thanks to all of the sponsors who help us bring Tonganoxie Sports Live to you In 2020, 2021, Tonganoxie Sports Live is presented by Kansas Insurance. At Kansas Insurance, you'll find personalized coverage designed for you. As an agency, they believe in taking time to issue personal care and attention to each individual client. To see how Kansas Insurance can help you protect what matters most, call 913-369-6600. Back under way here, and the Eagles come out with still in a two-back set. Shep comes set under center, and motion with the pitch. And Switzer picks up 5 yards on that carry. Make it to 3rd and 6. Again, Nick Post coming in motion. Kind of taking on a lead blocker role there for Southern Boone County.
The Eagles absolutely need this conversion here if they want to keep this momentum going, keep driving.
Yep. Pitch out to Switzer, and he is going to get wrapped up in the backfield. Plunges forward for a couple yards. Looks like 4th and about 2.
So, John, if you're the Eagles play caller, you wanting to go for it here?
Wanting to? Not necessarily. Do I have to? Absolutely.
Agreed.
You know, you've got the worst case scenario here is you turn the ball over on downs on 30-yard line. You know, again, your defense will come out and stop them. But, you know, again, this is a great opportunity for a confidence boost for the Eagles, and
it looks like they're going to have to wait a little longer on that confidence booster.
Ben Brookshire wrapped up quick by the Chieftains for a loss of 2, and the Eagles will turn the ball over on downs for. No, this is the first time. I was about to say for a second. We got confused because the interception by Geiger on the 4th down conversion attempt last drive. Chieftains 2 receivers split either side of the formation. And now we got a timeout by Southern Boone County. They didn't like what they saw, and Eagles wanted to take a break to look at it. And
we are all here for the same purpose, to win. Only one team will win the contest, but we can all be winners for life by practicing good sportsmanship.
Yeah, absolutely not an ideal start for the Eagles so far. Kind of first 4 drives, they got two turnovers, and a punt and a turnover on downs for the Chieftains. This is their 4th drive now, but of course we talked about the 3 before. It's been Tyler Bowden, touchdown, looking to make it 4 in a row here. I think if they go down the field on this drive and they punch it in again for another touchdown, that could possibly. It's still a lot of game, but it could very well possibly be kind of like the confidence dagger in the Eagles' heart, kind of make them think, well, shoot, man, we got on this bus trip for a whooping behind the shed at this point.
Well, and in fairness, it's one of those things that it is really hard in any sport to come off of a 2-week down,
Absolutely, yeah, and
2 weeks out, yeah.
We don't, and I don't want to talk down the Eagles too much because again, we talked about their situation that they're in compared to Tonganoxie is absolutely just totally different. Again, not playing a game for a good couple weeks. Everybody been in quarantine. And then when you finally get enough players to play, the next game you got to travel, 3 hours by bus to come play on the same day. Absolutely not ideal circumstances whatsoever.
But then again, I'm just going to go on a limb and say I'm certain that if you ask any one of these players, do they regret this? Not a chance.
Not a chance. They absolutely love being out here.
2 receivers either side. And Bowden again squirts through the middle there. Picks up 6 yards. Brings up 2nd and 4 from the 41-yard line.
It's almost like when Tyler Bowden runs the ball, it's almost like he's playing like 7-on-7 where there's just no defensive line. He just automatically gets up to the second level. It's almost a guarantee every time he gets the carry.
Slot back for the Chieftains. Little play action there, and Strauss is able to check back, and
yeah, he definitely had Strauss on that wheel route, and I think Strauss he had his momentum going. He was going to run up the sideline, and it looked like it was going to be an automatic touchdown, but again, ball just a little bit underthrown. Strauss having to come back and get it. Looked like he trapped it on the ground, though. They said incomplete, draw it up again.
Strauss was making the argument that he caught it, and again, unfortunately, we've only got the eyes of the 7 men on the field to take a look at. No replays in high school. Correction, 5 men on the field. Hand off to Bowden. Again, he's going to go up the left side again and see where the spot comes in and see if he's picked up the first down. Going to spot him just short of the line to gain.
Yeah, without a doubt, if I'm Tonganoxie, I'm going for this.
Absolutely.
I think are they wanting to measure?
Yep, timeout to measure, and that's good, reasonable call because the line to gain pylon is about halfway between the 44 and the 45-yard line, and want to make sure that get every bit of. I think he's got it. Waiting for the chain to get stretched, but
yep.
First down. Yes, it is. Again, it's always hard to tell when you're kind of off kilter from it like we are up here in the booth, but I thought Bowden had it, just depending on the spot, and then the measurement confirms it's always nice to see before they start even pulling the chain tight that the pylon's about halfway through the gut of the ball, and
it's unfortunate. We can't afford to have kind of like that little yellow line like they have at the college and an NFL level, but
Classy comes in motion, handoff to Bowden again. He's going to go up the middle. This time gets wrapped up by Jacob Brooks.
I'd be thinking that Eagles defensive front has got to be saying, enough's enough with this guy. We're tired of just letting him run all over us. Try to get some short runs going there. That might be Bowden's shortest run of the game so far.
Brooks kind of shrugged off his blocker and able to make the tackle there. 2 receivers near side for the Chieftains. Quick little play action finds Boone on the far side. He's going to scoot out, but tries to get out of bounds, but is brought down just inside the sideline for another 3 yards and brings up a 3rd and 4 for the Chieftains. 3rd and 3.5 again. That pylon, the line to gain pylon, right between yard markers on the far side. And handoff to Bowden, and he's going to get.
I think they did get him short on this one here.
Yeah, watching the back judge trot in from the near side, and he's standing confidently on that 46-yard line.
Yeah, Al Troyer and staff, absolutely no strangers for going for it on 4th and short. Absolutely,
especially with the wind, at your back, with coming into the wind, and 2 backs in the backfield for the Chieftains, and Bowden easily trots forward, picks up a couple of inches, and tacks on 5 yards for the first down.
And for the way this offense is going and their momentum, I would say for Tonganoxie, whenever they are outside probably their own 30-yard line on either side of the field, it's probably going to be 4 down territory.
Bowden in Poggi's hip pocket and quick out of the backfield and pass up the middle. Finds Bowden on the near side.
And they call it incomplete.
Oh, man.
I mean, it would have been a spectacular catch if he would have made it, kind of having to do a little, kind of jump up in the air, grab it, kind of take the hit as he's going down to the ground. I'm going to assume they're going to say he didn't maintain control or possession as he was going down to the ground. Again, kind of going back to what's a catch, what's not a catch. I get a headache just thinking about it.
In fairness, he's a running back first. He's got the hands on it, but good defense there by the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Their handoff goes to Bowden, and he looks to slip as he's trying to cut back there.
Yeah, he definitely saw his cutback lay, and I saw it too, and it probably would have been good for another first down if he would have hit it, but just kind of had that little hiccup in his step. So another third down for the Chieftains here. Let's see what they draw up.
3rd and 7. Bond and Clyde to the far side of the formation for the Chieftains. Bowden in hip pocket for Pochi on the left side. Quick little dump pass to Clydesty, and second spin move gets the first down. First spin move, not quite enough to break the tackle, but then that second rotation gives him enough momentum to pick up the extra couple of yards to secure the first down. 1st and 10 on the 28-yard line for the Chieftains. Bowden steps away back in the backfield. Little play action pass there, and Poggi has to dump the ball off quick to avoid the sack there. Gets it right at the feet of Brandon Martin to avoid the intentional grounding penalty, but frankly, Poggi had no. I don't think Poggi was trying to find Martin on that one.
It definitely wasn't his first or second read at all. It was just kind of more for his escape. And quite frankly, I think if he would have completed that, I think Martin would have gotten drilled as soon as he got a hand on it. So probably one of those better things to have an incomplete pass.
Yeah. Look up, see red, find it, and avoid the flag.
Mm-hmm.
Hand off to Bowden. He's going to scoot through again.
Wow!
That time the Carpet Holster cut back. Touchdown, Chieftains!
I mean, that defender's ankles just got sent all the way back on this trailer bus trip to Ashland, Missouri. What an absolute beautiful cut there by Bowden, cutting up field again, make it 4.
And so, that time I don't know if he had a talk with his shoes there. I know in soccer I've had had a couple times where the cleats have kind of given up, haven't found purchase, and McWilliams puts it up and through for the extra point. And you see a lot of times you see players in all sports, looking at the bending down to tie the shoe or scrubbing off the cleats. That time obviously Bowden had a conversation with his right boot and said, "Make the cut and we're going to go." And sure enough, was able to hold on for the cutback there. And
while we have a quick moment here, John, because I know we probably have some viewers out of Ashland, Missouri, as we talked about. It's close to Columbia, kind of close where the Mizzou Tigers play. Just some news for you folks listening. If you're interested, the Missouri Tigers just upset LSU, the defending champion LSU Tigers, 45-41 today. So
wow, that's
great win today for the Mizzou Tigers.
Absolutely. Obviously the game being changed for Mizzou's kind of on the flip side of the boat that Ashland is in, or that Southern Boone County is in, with having to relocate that game after Hurricane Delta came on shore, and he was going to rain out the game, and so LSU had to pack it up and come to Columbia, and Columbia is not, the Mizzou Stadium is not exactly a friendly place to play.
Not exactly.
They admittedly they've struggled with their move to the SEC, but again, it's still an intimidating atmosphere. And when you're LSU coming in, not necessarily expecting that, that is a big result for Mizzou.
Mm-hmm.
Chieftains on pace for a big win here. Again, definitely want to see how the Eagles kind of shake off their last couple of drives. They looked like they were, kind of trying to find that rhythm, and we're gonna, hopefully we'll see.
Yeah, they've definitely figured
a little bit of recovery.
They've definitely figured something out. Is on that last drive they were starting to march the ball, and they actually got it past midfield into Tonganoxie territory. Let's see if when they get the ball back here, if they can try to get that going again and maybe try to get some points on the board.
I'm going to say we can kind of hear the stuff, but we can definitely feel the bass thumping in the press box. McWilliams with the chip shot. Hold in at the 25-yard line, and
wow.
Wrapped up after a 7-yard return there. And Smith able to catch that one on the run, and wrapped up with authority by Martin there in the coverage. Eagles will take over. Let's start with a 1st and 10 on the 34-yard line. Two receivers split out either side. Switzer in the backfield, yard back from Schlupp. Schlupp steps into it and heaves the ball, but again gets caught up in the wind and drifts out of bounds right.
I like the play call. I like the coming out, first down, taking a shot downfield, maybe try to get the completion, or maybe even try to draw a pass interference, try to move it up 15. I like the aggressive play call.
That's again, great play call. Solid defense by the Chieftains, but again, pass was just kind of caught up in the wind and drifted. Wind is definitely playing a factor here.
Nice strong run.
Baden Glass on the motion sweep there, and play finally clicking there for the Eagles. Seeing the Chieftains shut that play down a couple times in the first quarter, but Eagles able to finally turn that one into solid 13-yard gain.
And Chuck did a great job there as he held onto the ball even longer, sitting there right in with Glass, and then finally giving it to him, kind of helping the defense keep accountable, saying are he could pull it out or is he going to give it. Great job there. Eagles got a drive going.
Two receivers either side. Pass comes to Shupp, and he steps into the pocket. Flushed out and fires upfield. Finds Post for a first down. Nice work there by Post to come back and provide that option for quarterback as he's getting flushed out of the pocket. Again, making that secondary run. As Shupp got forced out of the pocket there, kind of collapsed around him.
It's just always great football IQ by any receivers. When you run your original route and you start to see your quarterback scramble, try to still keep running, get something open. Great example there by Post.
Quick screen pass by Shupp, and the catch by Dapkus, and he's going to pick up a first down.
Looks like they're actually going to call him out, maybe a yard or two short.
Yeah, spot the ball on the 32-yard line to gain on the 31, just inside the 31.
Nevertheless, still a great gain.
Solid gain there for the Eagles. Pump fake by Shupp, and nice work there by Clydesty to get just enough of a hand in there to knock the ball out of the grasp of Post.
Yeah, these defensive backs for Tonganoxie doing a great job not letting the receivers of the Eagles getting too far upfield ahead of them, doing a great job not letting them come inside either, keeping them on the sideline, making Shupp having to make a great throw to his receivers to get a big down.
I mean, that was going to be a tough catch for Post to make anyway as he was falling back and trying to make it one-handed, but Clydesty able to swat the ball away. Little keeper there from Shupp, and he's going to pick up the first down. Again, great work like you touched on a couple plays ago, holding as long as he can, and then, seeing kind of waiting for the play to develop and then, backing out and going around his blocking back. Be 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. Tate John out near side. We got a flag on the far side there, but screen pass complete to Dapkus. See what the call is. See which way. It came in right about the spot where Dapkus was tackled, and face mask on the Chieftains. And Dapkus with a little elusive shimmy there at first contact, and able to capitalize half the distance to the goal line, and the Chieftains.
And the Eagles definitely found something that's really working for them, kind of with those quarterback, running back option runs and those quick screen passes out to the far side of the field. And again, we talked about Tonganoxie, how they were kind of sloppy on the penalty side. That one really hurting, adding 15 more. Now we got 1st and goal situation.
1st and goal from the 7, and Shep, little dump pass to Switzer, and Switzer's able to pick up a couple yards.
And we saw that same screenplay really work for the Eagles when with Shoop kind of doing that spin around the backfield and giving it to Switzer, giving them a big gain the first time. That time, Chieftains a little more prepared for it, but now they're inside the 5.
Eagles looking to the sideline for the play call. Eagles come set, 2 receivers split out either side. Tate John all the way, and we're going to have a delay of game.
I mean, there's taking your time to make sure you got the right play call and you digest the defensive look, but that time taking just a little bit too long there. Now kind of force them outside of the 5-yard line, back to the 10.
Second and goal for the Eagles. Ball spotted just inside the 10-yard line.
Another whistle.
Timeout Tonganoxie. Tonganoxie obviously did not like what they were looking at. We'll try and take that break with them. We'll be back right after this.
Get back in the game with Physical Therapy Solutions in Tonganoxie. As a state-of-the-art outpatient physical therapy clinic, Physical Therapy Solutions will develop a plan of care to help you move, reduce pain, restore function, and prevent disability. Physical Therapy Solutions takes great pride in delivering current, quality-driven treatments. Your physical therapist will work with you to help you understand your body so you will achieve long-term health benefits. To learn more, call Physical Therapy Solutions at 913-417-7400 or visit ptsolutionsks.com.
And we're back here at Beatty Field. Tonganoxie leading Southern Boone County 28-0. 3 minutes, 19 seconds left here in the second quarter. Another Saturday special edition of Tonganoxie Sports Live brought to you by Kansas Insurance. We talked earlier about the long bus ride for the Eagles, and it's when I was playing in high school, played for Wichita High School East, we had at least one of those each year. I had to take a trip up to Emporia. We had a trip. Emporia was one of our district schools, and Dodge City was one of our early non-conference opponents. And so definitely feel the pain that these Eagles are kind of dealing with that long bus ride.
Yeah.
But it looks like they're finally starting to shake off the rubber legs from the road and the rust from a couple of weeks off, and kind of finding a nice little rhythm here. See if they can punch it in to cut the gap before halftime.
Second and goal from the Tonganoxie 9.
2 receivers either side for Shupp. Post comes in motion near side, and
Calling touchdown.
Touchdown. Got him stood up right there on the line, and Dapkus on the crossing route gets wrapped up by 3 Chieftains, but unfortunately he's just able to get just enough that again, all that has to happen is the ball has to break the plane, and he manages that, and Eagles will finally get on the scoreboard.
I thought we could talk about it. A great catch by Dapkus, too. Kind of coming on that inside route, coming over the middle and jumping up high to get that catch, too. Great catch, great possession, touchdown Eagles.
Bradley Smith with the extra point.
Bradley Smith, good for the extra point.
It's kind of, I guess not unexpected to see the kick returner also be the kick man, but you get in high school, sometimes you got to wear a lot of hats, and he's again Smith able to take a quick little step there and put the ball through the uprights. We'll see how Tonganoxie responds to this as the Chieftains give up the first touchdown of the game. 3 minutes left in the half. See if Tonganoxie can grab the kickoff and see if we can push the margin back to 4 touchdowns before the half.
And definitely, if I'm Tonganoxie on this drive, I got 3:11 left before we go to halftime and before we receive the second half kickoff as well. So if I was Tonganoxie, I would definitely kind of put that running back by committee. Give it to Bowden, give it to anybody else. Run that clock down, march up the field. Take as much time off the clock as you possibly can and try to take this into halftime with another touchdown.
And we've seen, Bowden and Culvert kind of switch off throughout the course of the season. We'll see if they do that. Alrighty.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah,
Smith goes for the onside kick there, and a little short and out of bounds.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I agree with that call. If I'm Southern Boone, I would be trying to put the ball try to kick it as deep into the back of the end zone as I possibly can. You definitely don't want to give Tonganoxie a short field to work with, but again, just almost right at the 50-yard line, a little inside the 50-yard line now. 3:11. It's going to feel like a lifetime for this Chieftain offense to work with.
Yeah, that's definitely again. There's plenty of time left in this game, and yes, Tongi has had a basically manhandling, but 3 receivers near side for Blake Poggi. Calls for the ball, steps back, rolls out to his right, and a little bit of confusion there, I think, is Bowden and Kaleidosty both in the area, but the pass kind of falls right between them.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a miscommunication or not, but it's kind of rarely you ever see a offensive pass play drawn up where you kind of have 2 receivers in the same kind of pocket area like that.
And Kaleidosty was checking back a little bit, and Bowden was kind of finishing out his run. Chieftains stay in the 3 receiver set. Poggi hands off to Bowden. He's going to squirt up the middle and stopped after a gain of 2.5 yards. Jacob Brooks there on the stop for the Eagles. James Eaton, first receiver out on the right side for the Chieftains. Staying with that trips right set. And ball thrown. Kaleidosty almost comes down with it, and again, great work there by Dapkus and Tate John there defending Kaleidosty. Again, the ball, the throw is a little bit kind of forcing Clattasy to make a little bit of a leap there, but
and it looked like he had it for a split second, but I'm not sure if he lost control as he was going down, or if Dapkus or Tate just knocked it out there at the very end. Nevertheless, looks like the Chieftains might have to. They're going to punt it away here. First punt of the game for the Chieftains as well. Oh, no.
Oh, hard count there draws Dane Donegan offside.
That is an absolute no-no. If I was a special teams coach, I'd be getting that doghouse ready for that young man. My goodness.
Yeah, Donegan, again.
Well, with this much discussion, though, they might be talking about maybe there was movement from Tongi first.
Nope.
No, that's right, yeah. Now, I wouldn't be surprised here if Tonganoxie goes for it.
And now we see Clattasy check back into the game. Geiger coming out. Two receivers either side for the Chieftains.
If I'm not giving it to Tyler Bowden here, I'm looking for Dallas Bond.
And Bowden's going to take it and scoot through for the first down. Late flag coming in. We'll see what the call is. Probably holding. But again, holding and force from the spot of the foul. That still is a first down. Not optimal, but we'll take it. Chieftains will have a fresh set of downs to work with.
Well, it looks like they're keeping it at fourth down.
Okay. Well, something new happens every week.
Look at all the rules with high school rules being so different from college and professional.
Yeah. Poggi with the little pooch kick and hits.
Yeah, great job. Great job there, pinning them inside the 15.
I think he might have had a little bit more, but Bodie Strauss kind of overran it a little bit, and the bounce hits him in the butt. Not exactly the textbook way down the ball, but the
butt muff.
The ball down. It's better than a butt fumble. So again, it's
hang in there, New York Jets fans.
Yep. that's still going to be my top, not top 10 play for a long time coming. So
yeah.
All right. So the onside kick kind of pays off for the Eagles. Not. Again, they take over with 2 minutes left in the half and more importantly, hold the Chieftains off the scoreboard. But they have 86 yards to go for a touchdown. Shupp able to Udai's trying to break for it. It looks like he was trying to slide, and Martin was there before he could get to it. Stops him for a gain of 2.
For this Eagles offense, we're under 2 minutes now. It's got to be the 2-minute drill, because this would be huge for them if they can find a way to get it down the field and score another touchdown before halftime. We got a whole different ball game.
Shupp back, takes a hit, and overthrows it.
I think that one for Shupp, just count your lucky stars. That one wasn't intercepted. If that was just a little more, had maybe a little bit more air under it, I believe Mitch Geiger could have maybe tried to jump up and make a play and caused a turnover. But
Tucker Isaacs and Dallas Bond kind of collapsing the pocket there, and
we've seen the Chieftain pass rush really kind of break through. That time actually getting a hit on the quarterback.
Trips right for Shupp. Handoff on the little reverse draw, and we're going to have a holding penalty called as flag comes flying up from the back judge. And initial signal is holding, and got a nice little designed draw play there. Is you get kind of almost a reverse play action there. Is you see Shupp, going out, looking like he's going to pass, and then kind of pulls it down, hands it off, and it looks like the Eagles are going to take a timeout to talk it over. We'll take that break with them here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. We'll be back right after this.
Midwest Chiropractic Center in Tonganoxie is ready to get you back to being the active, energetic person you want to be. Midwest Chiropractic offers a friendly and caring environment with the most comprehensive care for your chiropractic, rehabilitative, and fitness needs. Dr. Robert Shook and Dr. Daniel Haug at Midwest Chiropractic Center care about your health, and their approach to care proves it. To schedule your appointment, call 913-369-0022 or visit them at mwchiropractic.com.
You're speaking my language.
We're back here at Beatty Field. Eagles have a 3rd and 15 from their 9-yard line, and alongside Dylan Funk, this is John Roshko, bringing you Tonganoxie Sports Live. Again, we're happy to welcome all of our new viewers from Ashland, Missouri, from mid-Missouri, watching Chieftains Sports. Again, thank you guys for making the trip over, and hopefully we haven't, turned you off too good. Again, obviously the long bus ride, taking the squad a little bit of time to shuffle out of, but they've been looking really solid here the past couple of drives. 3 receivers to the right side of the formation for Shupp. Out of the gun, quick screen pass. Pass complete to as soon as we get the pile off. Pass complete to Dapkus, and he's able to pick up about half the distance for the first down.
Tonganoxie using another timeout, trying to preserve as much time as they possibly can for another touchdown for halftime.
Again, the Chieftains hoping to, again, get the ball back here on 4th down. One of the things that Chieftains have not faced this year is a team with a solid punt game, and that's one of the things watching the pregame warm-up. Southern Boone County has the ability to maybe pin the Chieftains a little bit deeper than they're expecting. Again, we'll kind of wait to see what happens there. It's a gorgeous Saturday afternoon for football. Kind of feels like a college game day experience.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of talked about it. We heard from Coach Troyer in that pregame show. For some of these Chieftain players, we talked about Brandon Martin, Tyler Ballin and those guys. This is kind of a great kind of sight to come for those guys kind of playing on Saturday afternoons, as they're more than likely going to be going on to play at the next level.
Sam Clatesty back deep for the Chieftains. And he's going to let that bounce and keep on going.
Well, pretty good punt there.
Eagles give the Chieftains a long field to work with as the ball is down just inside the 30-yard line. Chieftain offense looking to pick up at least a field goal before the half, kind of stretch that lead back out to 3 touchdowns plus.
And again, if I'm Tongi here, I want to get another score before halftime if that's possible, but I don't want to do anything too radical. I don't want to try to force any throws, try to cause any turnovers. Just give what the defense, take what the defense gives you. And, if you can get extra points off of it, that's great. But, if not, just go into halftime, regroup, and get the ball back to start the second half.
Yeah, but make sure that take the safe plays and protect the ball.
When in doubt, just give it to number 3.
Yeah. Not sure what the holdup is here as we. Okay, there we go. That is the holdup. The clock reset to 108. Apparently no time ran off on that punt. Poggi sends it to Bond far side, and he catches it and scoots out of bounds just shy of the first down marker.
And I think on that play, John, I think Poggi had Clydesdale open towards the middle of the field, close to the 50-yard line. I think if he would have tried to get it to him, it would have been a much bigger pickup.
But, again, that 2-minute drill offense, you got to,
Absolutely.
Yeah. Chieftains empty the backfield, go deep here, and there you go. Poggi finds Clydesdale, and Clydesdale is just leveled as he catches the ball. Huge hit there from Tate John.
You know what they typically say, if you can get both hands on the ball, you should be able to catch it. But, the guys that are saying that aren't taking the hits while they're trying to catch it as well. That's just great defense there.
Yeah, John had a pretty good run in there. There's a nice little short pass for Chieftains. Pass complete to Eaton, and they
there we go.
Chieftains
with the
scramble forward. Chieftains staying with the empty backfield. 3 receivers, right side pass dumped short to Mitch Geiger, and he's going to pick up the first down and get out of bounds.
Exactly.
39.
Exactly what we were talking about. Just take what the defense gives you. If they're not going to give you the deep ball, just dump it off short to those little shallow routes. Let those receivers run, pick up the yards for you.
Yeah, I see Strauss and Eaton taking the long routes there, and Geiger just kind of floating, and I think we have a little.
I think Donegan was just a little too eager to get across.
That's one of those things. I think the doghouse that you mentioned earlier. I think Donegan just earned himself a pre-halftime trip to that. As soon as that happened, you see him make contact. The 2 subs flying on from the sidelines for the Eagles. Poggi's throw too high for James Eaton.
And as they're trying to throw that ball back into the play, hit Eaton on the back of the head. Just kind of a little insult to injury there.
Chieftains 4 receivers on the far side of the formation. Poggi steps back. Nice completion there to Maxwell in the center, and clock will briefly stop as the chains reset. Trips left and 2 receivers right. Poggi steps up to slides for a couple, and the sideline calling for a flag.
15 seconds now. Oh, get on it.
Not really sure what happened there, because I say the
Eagles football.
Again, I think there was some miscommunication there between Poggi and the center, because the snap came by. Kind of a little confused because I hadn't seen Poggi call for the snap, and then I see the defensive end fire off for Southern Boone County, and then all of a sudden the ball's kind of in flight, and Eagles with one last shot here.
Yeah, just pretty basic, just quarterback center miscommunication. You saw Tongi really going to the tempo. Jared loaded center, just kind of thought, all right, here we go. Just snapped it too soon. On the bright side, though, with there being less than 10 seconds here, highly unlikely that Southern Boone could try to hit a home run here. But, hey, we've seen stranger things happen in football.
And Shupp goes back. It's forced up, and he goes deep, and ball's going to fall harmlessly incomplete as.
And we do have a flag.
I'll take that
back. Back towards the line of scrimmage.
I was going to say the receiver for Southern Boone County. I'm trying to see who that is. calling for a pass interference penalties. He kind of went to ground after a little bit of contact, but again, that pass. It's John calling for, Baden Glass calling for the pass interference as he went to the ground after a little bit of contact, but the pass was well over his head.
Yeah.
But regardless, we got a defensive penalty, and Eagles have 4.9 seconds left. See if they can draw up a second home run play. Shep almost now flush from the pocket, and he's going to be forced to run, and that's going to end the half for us here. Chieftains will take a 28-7 lead into the halftime locker room. We'll be back for the halftime show right after this. You're watching Chieftains football on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
7, your Tonganoxie Chieftains, 28.
The Tonganoxie Recreation Commission understands that the benefits of recreation are endless. That's why they are continually working to develop programs for all the residents of Tonganoxie. Great programs like the 3rd and 4th grade basketball league and the 4th through 6th grade volleyball clinics. Registration for those programs are open right now and are great for any skill level. For more information or to get registered, go to tongirec.org or call the Tonganoxie Recreation Commission at 913-845-3502.
Community-minded, community-strong. That's what you get with Community National Bank in Tonganoxie. A small-town feel with the best banking services, including great options on loans, checking and saving accounts, CDs, safety deposit boxes, and more. At Community National Bank, people don't care how much we know until they know how much we care. To learn more, check us out on Facebook at Community National Bank KS or visit communitynationalbank.net. Go Chieftains!
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and more. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back at the game. Learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193.
And we're back here at Beatty Field in Tonganoxie, Kansas, as the Chieftains dance squad is on the field. Wish we could bring you their music to go along with it, but we don't like to get shut down by YouTube, so just enjoy the trust. You'll have to trust us that they are on beat and on point. Again, Tonganoxie taking a 28-7 lead into the halftime break. Again, solid performance from both teams there to close out the second quarter. Southern Boone County kind of starting to find their groove a little bit, kind of shake off the long bus ride and the rust after a couple weeks. But Tyler Bowden, what can you say? It's Tyler Bowden doing Tyler Bowden things as he has 4 touchdowns for the Chieftains. One-upping Dallas Bond. Sits with 20 touchdowns on the year. Easily 250 yards already in the book, and again.
Yeah, I mean, I wish and I hope that there are college scouts and coaches that if they haven't gotten a hold of his film already, I'm going to find their email addresses and I'm going to send this game to them directly, or just send them the link on YouTube to go watch it directly, because the show he has been putting on today, it's been absolutely spectacular, and it's kind of just been what he's been doing all year. I'm not sure if he's had a game yet where he's had 4 touchdowns in a half, but I know he's had multiple games where he's had 5 and even more touchdowns in a game. He has a good chance to do it again here today. This offense is definitely being driven by Tyler Bowden right now, and it's especially in that first quarter, kind of going on the path of a possible route. But again, we talked about in the second quarter, Southern Boone County really kind of waking up, finding their rhythm, getting a touchdown in there, and then right before the half, getting a couple stops on Tonganoxie. So definitely some upside for this Eagle squad coming out. For the Chieftains, I think it just be kind of doing more of the same. Let's try to find a way to execute. When we get the ball moving, let's keep it going, find pay dirt. I think we could be in for a great second half, John, if all the corrections are made correctly.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll take a quick break here, and we'll be back to kind of take a look around other action in Kansas City. You're watching Tonganoxie Sports Live, presented by Kansas Insurance.
Wizard of Paws, located in charming downtown Tonganoxie, offers personalized pet grooming with an attention to detail. At Wizard of Paws, your pet becomes family and will be in a clean, stress-free, relaxing environment. With appointments throughout the day, Wizard of Paws gives your pet a one-on-one grooming experience, ensuring they return to you quickly and looking fabulous. Call Wizard of Paws at 913-416-0255 or bring your pet in for a free estimate at 612 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie. Learn more at wizardofpawsgrooming.com.
So, what is love? Love is being independent. Love is dancing. At Shriners Hospital for Children, love is a new smile.
At Shriners Hospitals for Children, love is caring for a child regardless of the family's ability to pay. Learn how you can send your love to the rescue at lovetotherescue.org.
Get back in the game with Physical Therapy Solutions in Tonganoxie. As a state-of-the-art outpatient physical therapy clinic, Physical Therapy Solutions will develop a plan of care to help you move, reduce pain, restore function, and prevent disability. Physical Therapy Solutions takes great pride in delivering current, quality-driven treatments. Your physical therapist will work with you to help you understand your body so you will achieve long-term health benefits. To learn more, call Physical Therapy Solutions at 913-417-7400 or visit ptsolutionsks.com.
To be successful on the field or the court, you need a quality team. To be successful in the real estate game, you need the team at White Birch Properties Realty Executives in Tonganoxie. Amanda, Brianna, and Joanna make up this team of like-minded individuals with the goal of making the home buying and selling process enjoyable and stress-free. The team at White Birch Properties is in it to win it. Stop by and put together your game plan at 1203 State Avenue, Suite B in Tonganoxie, or call 913-417-1007.
Welcome back to Beatty Field here in Tonganoxie, Kansas. Tonganoxie Chieftains leading 28-7 over the Southern Boone County Eagles. Again, we're bringing a Saturday special to you with Chieftains football. Again, we are not, believe it or not, the only action going on in the Kansas City area, as there are 2 other games in the broader metro. Pleasant Hill visiting Warrensburg. Don't have any stats on that game. And University Academy travels to take on Kansas City Central. That game, definitely a much lower scoring affair than this one. It's 8-6 at the half there. We're obviously, we blew past that total in the first quarter. Again, we're sitting here 28-7 at the half. Kind of take a quick gander around other Frontier League teams in action. Baldwin traveled to Nemaha Central High School, dropped a 33-0 result last night. And Bonner Springs is not in action.
Yeah, I think they got hit with that quarantine bug, too. They've had to forfeit a couple games.
Yeah, yep. And obviously Spring Hill, our originally scheduled opponent, is not in action. Piper headed down to Paola, and not a very close matchup there, as Piper dropped a 42-16 result to Paola. Again, Paola solid team. They're still undefeated on the season, currently sitting 6-0 in the year, 4-0 in the Frontier League. Tonganoxie one game behind them with a 3-1 record in league action. Again, coming into today's game, 4-1. Eudora, see if Eudora was in. Yeah, Eudora also in conference action last night with a 29-3 win over Ottawa at Ottawa. Again, that's a solid win there for the Cardinals. They moved to 2-2 in conference and dropped Ottawa to 1-4 in conference. And Eudora sitting right there in the middle of the pack, looking and kind of chasing Tonganoxie, hoping to pick up a little ground there.
Yeah, and I think so far, John, I think we can probably tell who's going to win the Frontier League. I think at this point it's going to be coming down to either Paola or Tongi. Paola kind of has the tiebreaker over Tongi again, giving them their one and only loss earlier, about 3 weeks ago. Tongi having wins, again, kind of over that middle pack of Piper, Eudora, kind of those teams are chasing. So really, for the Chieftains, if they just kind of went out, rest of the year they could be looking very well, locking up at least that second place. If Paola drops a game, then it could get interesting. But the important thing for Tongi right now is that, especially when you got in-conference opponents like Spring Hill and Bonner, that are in quarantine, and you're having to kind of get together with schools that are either out of your class or out of your state, like we're seeing today with Southern Boone. You just got to try to do your best, come out and win. And they're doing a great job of it today, but next week they'll have a little bit of a test, as the Chieftains are going to be hosting the Shawnee Mission East Lancers next Friday night on October 16th. Again, we will be streaming it here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. So kind of interesting this week, finding an opponent out of state in Missouri. Kind of first time ever they're hosting a opponent that's out of state here. And then next week, at least to my recent memory, will be probably the first time they're hosting a 6A, Class 6A opponent in the Beatty Field. So Chieftains definitely will have it'll be a tough test for them, but I think if they perform like this, they're going to be up to it.
Yeah, game not officially confirmed yet, but we've heard pretty close to strong action. Again, originally the Chieftains were scheduled to face Bonner Springs and help out Bonner Springs with a little bit of homecoming celebration there, as Bonner Springs stuck over in Wyandotte County, where they're unable to have the full-on gatherings like this. But again, with the new kind of some of the new things that develop on a weekly basis, and no, I take that back. The game is officially confirmed on Tongi. On Tongi Nation, I have it has not been updated on the Max Preps, which is what I was pulling from. So again, be excited to host the Lancers and bring you 7 o'clock kickoff again. Back to our regular Friday night routine, but definitely a much bigger stage for the Chieftains as they take on a Shawnee Mission East, pretty solid team.
Absolutely,
a perennial contender for Class 6A playoffs, but it's going to be interesting to see. Can't wait to bring you that game and all the action that goes along with it. Take one more break, and we'll be back. Finish up the halftime show right after this.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
The Tonganoxie Recreation Commission understands that the benefits of recreation are endless. That's why they are continually working to develop programs for all the residents of Tonganoxie. Great programs like the 3rd and 4th grade basketball league and the 4th through 6th grade volleyball clinics. Registration for those programs are open right now and are great for any skill level. For more information or to get registered, go to tongirec.org or call the Tonganoxie Recreation Commission at 913-845-3502.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
Welcome back to Beatty Field as you see the Southern Boone County Eagles coming back onto the field. Tonganoxie yet to emerge from the locker room completely. I take that back. As they're just outside, they're just on the other side of my vision. It's hard to see from the left side of the press box. They sneak up on us like that.
Yeah, they switched it up on us this week. They went to the shed out here, and the bag is going back to the locker room.
Again, Chieftains football in action today. Also, other Chieftains squads in action. Volleyball is at Mill Valley High School today. And cross country, both of the squads are taking part in a invitational held at the University of St. Mary, hosted by Pleasant Ridge High School. I mean, it's kind of interesting to see the event being hosted at the University of St. Mary. Again, they have been battling COVID concerns there. They've had to, at the college level, they've had to, drop all their classes back to virtual learning. So, again, obviously, not trying to suggest anything untoward. I've been to the campus of University of St. Mary. There's plenty of space between the cross-country course and anything else, but it's I think good for this, good for the Spires to get some folks up in their kind of up in their area.
Absolutely.
Again, and a great opportunity for the girls and for both squads to kind of experience that college atmosphere again. Being on a college campus, running in a nice, well-kept course. Again, if we can get results for either of those, we will bring those to you before we take off here. And again, hopefully, good luck to varsity volleyball squad. And freshman volleyball is down at Eudora High School today. See if we got any other see if any results have been posted on that. Nope, nothing has been posted. We'll see if we can get that information for you by the end of the broadcast. Again, looking at the week ahead, volleyball is on the road to Baldwin High School on Tuesday. In a 4:30 start for the freshmen, a 5:30 scheduled start for the junior varsity, and a 6:30 first serve on schedule for the varsity. As again, we brought you a couple of games, and we know that 6:30 scheduled start usually is closer to 6:45, 7 o'clock, so plan accordingly.
Yep.
The varsity, the soccer team is, again, originally we're scheduled to play Mar Hill Mount Academy tomorrow. That game has been canceled, as I'm seeing on the Tonga Nation website. And they are also, soccer's also headed to Baldwin High School on Thursday for a 4 p.m. kickoff. Cross country getting set for the Frontier League Championship meet on Thursday. Both those squads set to get started at the Eisenhower Road Course down in Ottawa, Kansas. Good luck to both squads, and run fast in the again, it should be again weather's a little bit warm now. It's again, the forecast looks a little bit nicer for that, and then we are going to be right back here on Friday at 7 p.m. again, as we mentioned, hosting Shawnee Mission East. Welcoming the Lancers to Beatty Field again as COVID continues to play havoc with the originally planned schedules and get everything. Again, excited to welcome the 6A team. Again, excited to be here for the first Missouri team that Chieftains have ever faced. And
when we're talking about, the schedule chaos happening around, Tonganoxie, my hat goes off to this administration and all the coaching staffs for all the teams doing a great job, making sure they're following all the protocols, making sure there's not a breakout happening like we're seeing and all the teams around Tonganoxie. So, again, doing a great job.
Onside kick attempted there, and that one looks to be a little bit closer, but
Southern Boone had a great chance to get that.
Yeah, the ball just squirted way in front of the diving hands team, but Jacob Maxwell able to wrestle the ball away at the bottom of the pile. Again, that kick was much better there from Smith as he drilled it to the 50-yard line, and maybe put a little bit too much mustard on it as it his Chieftains will take over 1st and 10 on their 41-yard line. Hand off to Bowden. He's going to squirt through the line for 5 and then some. He's going to race forward.
Yeah, he took your 5 and he raced you about 10 or 11 more.
Yeah, Bowden was he gets wrapped up there and then just again keeps those legs churning and able to break free and find that hole through the secondary and takes the Chieftains across midfield. 3 receivers, top of the set. Classy comes in motion on the right side of lead block for Bowden. He's forced to cut back, but he still picks up 4.5, 5 yards. Jacob Brooks there on the tackle for the Eagles. Looks like Donegan might still be in the doghouse as Switzer has come out on defensive end for the Eagles. 2 receivers either side for the Chieftains. Poggi airs it out.
He's got him.
Got him. Huge pass there from Poggi, finding James Eaton down the middle. Tate John looked a little shaken up on the play there, but he pops up and is back at it.
Yeah, great route there by Eaton. Just using his speed, getting past the defensive back, going back over the middle of the field. Great ball there by Poggi, probably one of the best he's thrown all game.
Hand off to Bowden, and he's going to pick up a couple yards. Right up the middle. Dapkus able to shoot through from the secondary to keep Bowden out of the end zone. Two backs in the backfield. Kaleidosty in the hip pocket, lead blocking for Bowden. Bowden is going to be rugby scrummed in for a touchdown.
All right, great job by Bowden. He sees where his blockers are going. Just get behind them. Use that power of yours too. Just it's kind of like you said, kind of rugby scrum your way into the end zone. Make that 5 now for Tyler Bowden.
Absolutely. Yeah, Bowden goes into the pile, but then the Chieftains offensive line says, we'll give you a little bit of boost here, bud. And McWilliams sends that one through for the extra point. Chieftains edge out to a 35-7 lead. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back right after this.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Community minded, community strong. That's what you get with Community National Bank in Tonganoxie. A small town feel with the best banking services, including great options on loans, checking and saving accounts, CDs, safety deposit boxes, and more. At Community National Bank, people don't care how much we know until they know how much we care. To learn more, check us out on Facebook at Community National Bank KS or visit communitynationalbank.net. Go Chieftains!
And welcome back to Beatty Field here in Tonganoxie, Kansas. Chieftains making quick work of that opening drive, taking just 1 minute, 55 seconds to punch the ball in for their 5th touchdown and Bowden's 5th touchdown of the day. Again, Bowden having a career day.
Yeah, this offensive onslaught has been brought to you by Tyler Bowden.
Again, not to take anything away from any of the other offensive weapons, the Chieftains, but Bowden has been kind of single-handedly little chip kick there by McWilliams, and again, Baden Glass able to make the grab and falls to the turf, and the Eagles will take over, start with the ball in their I'll try that again, 35-yard line. You can get out of your head and get going, and Eagles look to the sideline for the play call and come set, 2 receivers either side of the formation. Switzer a couple yards off of the back of, I think, the reverse there. Crafty reverse there as Post is able to, little trickery there, catches the Chieftains a bit off guard, and the Post is able to carry the ball across midfield. Wrapped up by Spleakle. First and 10 for the Eagles on the 48-yard line. Nice little trip tackle there by Devin Spleakle as the kind of misdirection in the backfield for the Eagles.
And I think that time on the motion, the window dressing in the backfield, kind of tricked the Tonganoxie defense there for kind of the first time in this game. They really thought the handoff was going to the kind of the jet motion, but instead giving it to the running back up the middle. Another nice run.
Play action there. Fades back and sends it long, and he finds Dapkus on the run for a touchdown.
What a statement drive there by Southern Boone. That was absolutely a great offensive start that they were looking for here in the second half. Finally connecting on a deep pass finally there. As we kind of saw, if we see the flag there, the wind kind of somewhat starting to die down, so the ball not getting so caught up there for the first time. 6 points on the board for the Eagles, hoping to make it 7.
Minute 13 seconds there for the response for Southern Boone County. And again, the play action, the misdirection in the backfield has been the key to all of those.
Oh, he doinked it.
I say the extra point banks off the upright as Bradley Smith pushes it right. You know, as a former kicker, that's one of those things that I've been watching his run up, and he takes kind of a really shorter run up than I would expect because as you watch, he's kind of almost too compact and it doesn't really, if you don't really have that opportunity to kind of swing through it, and he's able to get a lot of height on the ball, but not necessarily the direction that he was looking for. And
I think he also sees kind of the flood rush that the Chieftains are really putting out, just kind of getting a little rushing it, just kind of trying to take her time, get it centered up through the post. That one just kind of doinking off. Now kind of putting the Eagles a little off script now. So if they score another touchdown, probably going to have to start going for 2.
Yeah, again, in the strangest thing is, a lot of kickers, a lot of coaches think that the way to counteract that is to shorten up that run up, and if you've got a team that's firing off, counterintuitively the longer run up gives you that opportunity because you're watching, you see the ball move, and then you're able to move and then adjust if things happen. I mean, if you have to fire off for a kind of a last minute, bad snap or something like that. But anyway, the kicker talk will cease now as again the Eagles getting set to put the ball back in play.
The Chieftains now definitely lining up, getting prepared for another onside kick.
And now Smith sends that one deep, but out of play. I think he might have overcorrected a little bit after pushing that extra point right. Kind of overcorrect and sends that one a little bit too much left, but
definitely the right idea. And if he would have just kind of eased up a little bit, it could have been a kick that it could have rolled down inside the 5. But again, just a little too much mustard on that one, kicking it out of bounds. Chieftains still going to have a decent starting field position here.
Chieftains will start with the ball on their 35-yard line. 1st and 10, Tonganoxie. Bowden, the lone back, a couple of yards behind. Handoff to Bowden. He's coming on this right side and bounces off a couple tacklers and picks up another couple yards. Carries the ball across midfield. Tyler ping-pongs through the secondary there and takes the ball to the 49-yard line.
Kind of like the classic joke says, I wonder how many guys it takes to screw in a light bulb. I think I got a new one saying, how many guys does it take to tackle Tyler Bowden on a football field? He just seems, no matter what, just to brush off the contact and just keep pounding forward.
Bowden getting a short breather there as the Chieftains will hand it off to Clydesty, and he picks up 6 on the play. And Clydesty and the Chieftains definitely taking advantage of that right side of the line for the Tonganoxie right side, as the left side of the Southern Boone County defense, again, has been, I don't know if I'd say suspect, but definitely Tonganoxie has had the advantage all afternoon.
Absolutely.
Clydesty still in for the Chieftains. 2 receivers either side. Hand off again to Clydesty. He's going to bounce up the middle and kind of stutter stepped back, but shifted to forward. Picked up 3 yards on the play. He's up 3rd and 3 for the Chieftains. 3rd and 2 based on the spot. Hand off again to Clydesty. He's going to push forward for the first down, pick up 3 or 4 yards on that play.
Yeah, it's got to be so relieving for an offensive coach, knowing, when you got Tyler Bowden back there, kind of the bell cow for this Chieftain offense, running the ball, and then when he needs a breather, when you can put somebody like Sam Clydesty or somebody, Andrew Colvert, still that can get in there, run the ball strong, and still pick up, 4 or 5 yards of carry. It's just got to be absolutely wonderful. And, again, just kind of one of those nice problems to have, having all those offensive weapons.
Absolutely. We see Bowden check back into the game and takes the handoff and scores through for a touchdown. Yeah, I call that early, but, when you break through and you've got nothing but green in front of you for 15 yards, you just got to call that.
Yep.
6.
We'll say it again. 6. Yeah, I think that now breaks the record for most touchdowns he's had in a game so far this season. I think the most he had coming into today was 5, according to at least the stats I read on Max Preps.
Yeah, it's just unbelievable. Again, offensive line opens that hole wide up, and he just
uses that speed, man. Once he sees that opening, if he has to cut back into it, that's fine. But once he sees it and just takes off, no stopping it.
McWilliams with the extra point. Tacks on for a 42-13 lead as we are barely halfway through the third quarter. Probably would help if I put the scorebook to say third quarter. Getting wrapped up in the halftime show, and again, we had to dump the crowd mic there, but excellent choice from the DJ. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.
Yeah.
Tyler Bowden is he's just having a day.
Having a day, having a week, having a month, a season. Call it what you want. He's just been absolutely unstoppable, for all games coming into today. And sure, and again, you could talk about, the Southern Boone defense again, facing all the different challenging circumstances that they've had. But, I don't care who you're playing, what level you're at. When you run for 6 touchdowns in a game, I can't wait to see at the end to see what his final yard total is. But, my hat's off to Tyler Bowden, and he could very well be running away with our player of the game, but I'm not going to give it away just quite yet.
I was going to say, we're calling the leader in the clubhouse, but it's going to take a pretty solid performance to take that away from him. But amazing, the Chieftains leading 42-13. Kind of reminiscent of Week 1 against Baser Linwood, but again, when the Chieftains hung a 60-point margin on the scoreboard, and we're on pace. We're on pace to push 70. Mm-hmm. I never want to jinx anybody, but we're on the 42 points with just 2.5 quarters gone.
Yeah. And I would also be curious, John, to see what exactly the offensive score has to be until you start to pull out those starters like Tyler Bowden.
Ball taken by Chase Morris. Freshman showing why, kind of making a case to move into the offense as he tacks on a good 25-yard return there. Southern Boone County will start with the ball on their 41-yard line, 1st and 10. 6:23 to go here in the third quarter. Eagles looking to the sideline for the play call. Going opposite of the motion there, and Tongi not buying that one as the Jacob McKee coming in motion in the backfield, and then the snap going back upfield, and Tongi not buying that for a second as Maxo able to fire into the backfield. Tackle Switzer for a 4-yard loss.
Again, just great defensive assignment and awareness there by Tonganoxie. The players know exactly. I'm responsible for the quarterback, and if he pitches out, I'm responsible for the running back. And just a great job there. Everybody being assignment sound, wrapping them up in the backfield for a loss.
And interception Tamar Brown.
Take it, young man. Get in there.
Oh, they're going to whisk him out at the 2-yard line. Tamar Brown trying to take that all the way himself, but you see him looking for that dive and thinking, can I do it? And, I think the dive, the decision to dive comes a half a second late and just barely touches the sideline.
I don't know. I think maybe if he could have maybe tried to cut back inside, because at that point that Eagles player was already committed to his, pursuit angle.
Yeah.
And
he had a blocker too. So again, that's, but still, interception taking it almost to the house. That's solid.
Yeah.
Set up Tyler Bowden for maybe his 7th touchdown of the game. And naked bootleg there from Poggi, and Poggi gets wrapped up.
Yeah, that play, I don't know if it developed quite like the play call was supposed to, because we saw Poggi kind of bootlegging out to the right, but I didn't see really any receivers or any options over there, so I don't know if it was miscommunication or what, but you've already said it though. We're in Tyler Bowden territory, and this could be number 7 if they do.
Sam Clatty, lead blocker for Bowden, and he cuts back. Touchdown, Chieftains!
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's
it's that kind of day.
I think I'm going to be going to the going to be we saw one of the cameramen from the news stations out here earlier. Definitely going to Jackson McWilliams as he pokes the extra point through. Definitely hoping that. It's one of those things that we understand that they got to cover a lot of games, but they definitely are missing that. We'll see if we can get them the footage and because this is just a show.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think our partners down at the Midcoast Sports Network they give out a game ball of the week too, and I think without a doubt they need to be sending another one over here to Tonganoxie for Tyler Bowden. He has just absolutely put on a performance. Again, I'm going to say it again. 7 touchdowns. He's been, the workhorse for this offense. Again, not taken away, from anybody else. But, when you have 7 touchdowns and you're responsible for all the points that your team is putting up, what else can you really say?
I was sitting here trying to, tweet out the score update to kind of, now kind of settled in, kind of drive some of drive some of that out there. And before I could even get you guys, you're trying to do a thread, like, the tweet, and then was going to throw a little something to kind of tag some of the local media. Before I could even get that done, Tamar Brown on the interception sets up that touchdown and kind of pivot. But hey, it's a good problem to have when you've got a team that's just clicking on all cylinders like Tonganoxie is here. Again, take nothing away from Southern Boone County. They they've looked solid. They're doing everything they can, and it's just when you've got a running back like Tyler Bowden doing his thing, it's a sight.
Yeah, I mean, certainly they shouldn't feel ashamed because, nobody on this side of the state line has found an answer for Tyler Bowden either. It's just been absolutely incredible what he's been able to do this season for the Tonganoxie Chieftains.
But Jackson McWilliams steps back for the kickoff. 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Chip kick to the 30. And we got a late flying flag here as the
Eagles take over 1st and 10.
It looks like there's going to be a holding foul on the return. Looks like Bowles collected the ball on his 30 and you kind of had to wait for the wait for the return team to to get around and get in that coverage, and holding foul whistled on the Eagles. Wipes out the return, puts them on their 29-yard line to start. Two receivers near side. Handoff to Switzer in the middle, and he is wrapped up and dragged back by the Chieftains. Brandon Martin and Tucker Isaacs combining on the tackle there. Looks like they're going to give him forward progress to the 31. Brings up 2nd and 8.
John, can you imagine this kind of confidence dip that has kind of taken place here for this Eagles team? Because we were talking about, kind of before halftime, they really kind of started getting something really going. And then we start the second half, they went down, scored a touchdown really quick. And now, after the quick interception that led to points for Tonganoxie, and now here kind of struggling to get out of the gates again. It's just kind of been a up and down type of thing for them today.
Yeah, that's, again, and you always hate to – as a kicker, I hate doing this, but you really have to chalk that that swing and momentum up to the missed extra point followed by the out of bound kick. Again, it's one of those things that if you're able to pin Tonganoxie back in their inside their 20 to start,
right?
Little flip pass from Tate up to Tate John, and Brandon Martin. Reminds me a little bit of Terry Tate, office linebacker there, as he comes forward and wraps Tate John up for a loss of 1. Brings up 4th down. But again, if when you're looking at a 25-yard turnaround in field position, that's a killer for a defense. And then again, Tonganoxie made them pay, and then made them pay again with the when you score back-to-back touchdowns in less than a minute.
Yeah. And football, it's a 3-part sport. Not only do you got to be, do well offense and defense, it's special teams too.
Shep with the little rugby kick there. Picks up a little bit of distance, pins Tonganoxie inside the 40. Tonganoxie will start with the 1st and 10 on their 36-yard line. And I think we have reached that point in the contest where the starters are going to be getting a rest as Bowden and Boone both on the sidelines. Snap to Poggi, hands off to Jackson Stevens. He stopped for no gain. Hangs onto the ball, but as he's wrapped up. Two receivers either side for Poggi. Calls for a snap. Handoff again to Jackson Stevens. He's knocked back for a loss of 1, back to the original line of scrimmage.
Jackson Stevens on the carry, brought down immediately by Dane Donegan.
Dane Donegan sounds like he might have worked his way out of the doghouse there as he's checked back in, making the tackle there. Poggi steps back, looks deep to Strauss. Picked off there by Dapkus. Again, Strauss just Again, taking a quick glance at the roster, you got a 5'7" receiver going up against a 6'1" defensive back. That's never going to end well
Yeah.
on a tight throw like that. And, Dapkus able to just go up, elevate over Strauss. And, again, not a poorly thrown ball from Poggi by any means, but
I call that just great defense. I mean, and the throw was right there, too, for Strauss. He gave Strauss a chance to try to go up and make the catch. But, again, when you got Dapkus right there, right behind, going up, just kind of high pointing the ball out of Strauss's hands.
Yeah, you're giving up when you're giving up 6 inches. It's hard to. That Shep steps back, steps into a pass, and finds his offensive coordinator on the sideline. Eagles looking to the sidelines, waiting for the call. 2 receivers far side. Kind of a delayed little handoff there as Brookshire scampers, tries to reset and find the cutback lane, but is wrapped up by Martin. Picks up 3 on the play. Correction, Schweitzer on that. Two receivers either side. Shep steps back, steps up into the pocket, and again sends the ball a little bit hot for Blake Dapkus. And brings up 4th down and 7. Again, I'm confident to say we're going to be in 4-down territory the rest of the way for the Eagles.
Right. I mean, while this game might be a little too far out of reach now to win, still want to show off that competitive spirit. Never want to give up on a drive too soon.
And the reverse. And
so yeah, did that reverse the first time right out of the second half. Worked very well. That time, Dallas Bond and company were prepared for it.
Yep, Dallas Bond and crew were spotting that all the way, and Chieftains will take over on downs. Also going to be spotted on the Southern Boone County 37-yard line.
Chieftains will take over 1st and 10 on the Southern Boone 37-yard line.
Two receivers either side for the Chieftains. Stevens in the backfield. Left hip pocket of Poggi. Short motion from Eaton coming out a little wider. Poggi steps up and he's going to dive for 4 yards on that. Poggi was kind of hoping his pocket would stay open a little bit longer, but wrapped up around him and he darted forward.
He's not afraid here. I mean, we've seen him many times this season able to scramble out of the pocket, use his legs to extend plays, make good throws on their own, but also when he's got when his internal alarm clock is going off saying, hey, we got to go, he can make a play with his legs.
Handoff to Stevens up the middle, and he's going to chug forward for about 3.5 yards. We'll set up 3rd and 3 as we head to the 4th quarter.
4's up.
Tonganoxie leading Southern Boone County 49-13. You're watching Tonganoxie Sports Live, presented by Kansas Insurance.
Wizard of Paws, located in charming downtown Tonganoxie, offers personalized pet grooming with an attention to detail. At Wizard of Paws, your pet becomes family and will be in a clean, stress-free, relaxing environment. With appointments throughout the day, Wizard of Paws gives your pet a one-on-one grooming experience, ensuring they return to you quickly and looking fabulous. Call Wizard of Paws at 913-416-0255 or bring your pet in for a free estimate at 612 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie. Learn more at wizardofpawsgrooming.com.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
And we're back here in Tonganoxie, Kansas. Beatty Field, home of the Chieftains. Tonganoxie Sports Live is presented by Kansas Insurance. At Kansas Insurance, you'll find personalized coverage designed for you. As an agency, they believe in taking time to issue personal care and attention for each individual client. To see how Kansas Insurance can help you protect what matters most, call 913-369-6600. Hand off to Stevens. We're going to have a flag on the play.
Yeah, it's going to be. I think there's going to be a holding call.
Yep. Holding call. The sweep gets wrapped up for a loss. Southern Boone County declining the penalty. Smart play there as it'll bring up 4th down for the Chieftains. Again, you don't want to give this Tonganoxie offense a chance to punish you.
No. Yeah, they definitely don't need, the extra downs. They don't need help with the extra yards for penalties. Just
4th and 8 for the Chieftains.
Got him.
Blake Poggi.
Oh
my goodness.
Yeah, Eaton's going to wish he had that one back. That was perfect pass there by Poggi. Just
slips right through his fingers.
Yep.
That's and Poggi right on the money there, but Eaton not quite able to pull in the grab, and Chieftains will turn the ball over.
It looks like now we have the running clock on, John, for this 4th quarter.
Yeah, 50. The 50 points will do it, and it's the first time we have seen the running clock in action this season. Again, Tonganoxie's had a couple of big offensive outbursts, but the margins have never been large enough. We'll toss to Brookshire. He's going to be wrapped up well behind the line of scrimmage there.
I think now if I'm the Tonganoxie coaches, I'd be taking out all my key contributors, all my stars on both sides of the ball. Kind of let those younger guys get in there, help them get that varsity experience too.
Yeah, I just heard a name we have not heard called much all year. Aiden McIntosh on the tackle there.
Wide open.
And it looks like Southern Boone County has also made a change as Aiden Steelman checked in at quarterback. Was on that last play, and he sends that pass deep to Tate John, almost complete. Again, pass just a little bit overthrown there. So it looks like both coaching staffs have kind of, take the 4th quarter is going to be, again, with the result of this game nowhere, in the vicinity of doubt. And give both, give some of the backups a chance to get that game experience. And snap.
Well,
That's again, coverage kind of breaks down. We'll call it, coverage sack there as Steelman forced out of the pocket, and Tucker Isaacs with a huge sack there for the Chieftains. I'm going to pin Southern Boone County inside the 15. Punt fielded by Clydesty inside the 50, and he finds a little bit of room and carries the ball out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. First and 10, Chieftains from the 27-yard line.
And as we're seeing the Chieftain offense starting to come onto the field, I see Gabe Bailey out there, so it looks like Blake Poche's day is going to be done on the offensive side of the ball.
With 7 minutes left here in the fourth quarter, Chieftains up 49-13. Again, definitely an opportunity. You talked about that, week 2, week 3, where Gabe Bailey came in and had some. You got a little bit of experience there. It'll be critical for the Chieftains in case the worst case scenario does happen later in the season and an injury pops up. But again.
Absolutely. I mean, this coaching staff, from the performance that Bailey put on in weeks 2 and 3, and especially in that week 3 performance at Paola, they got the confidence in the world in this backup.
False start there on the Chieftains. Again, hate to see the penalties, but at this point in the game, this is just presenting coachable moments. These are things that the squad's going to, both teams are going to work on and film. As we go into the next week. It's definitely a huge confidence booster for the Chieftains as they get set to take on Shawnee Mission East next Friday.
And speaking of that game next week, as like we said, that game was supposed to be, an in-conference matchup, between Bonner Springs and Tongi. But again, Tongi, looking for an opponent, and they could have gone maybe to somebody, that was a little closer in the 4A class, but instead saying, we got full confidence in our team. We're going to try to go up and we're going to schedule a game with somebody that, in the Class 6A in Shawnee Mission East, just kind of briefly looking over their max preps records with the past couple of years, haven't been necessarily the best, in their leagues, but, it wasn't too long ago where they were going almost on undefeated seasons and having great time. So this will be a great challenge for Tonganoxie to come up this next week, and I'm really looking forward to the matchup.
Absolutely. Stevens able to get back to the original line of scrimmage and then some. Back-to-back carries there for the senior running back. Two receivers near side for Bailey. Bailey comes set, calls for the ball. Snap comes, handoff again to Stevens, and Stevens pick up a couple of yards.
It looks like Preston Troyer was calling for the field goal unit to come out.
Jackson McWilliams with a 41-yard attempt here. His longest season. He's got the leg to do it. Good snap. Hold is down, and it is good.
With plenty to spare on that one. What a boot.
Yeah, McWilliams had a good another 5 yards on that one, but
it's not every day you see in Kansas high school football, you see a field goal being executed, especially from 40 yards out.
30 yards, 35 yards is usually the range of most of the kickers at the high school level, and that's even at the 6A level. But McWilliams again steps back with confidence, ice water running through the freshman's veins as he just steps up, pokes that one through, and again McWilliams pulling double duty. He's definitely has to be feeling some confidence after coming off the shutout win over Topeka High School earlier this week on the soccer pitch. He goes the full 80 minutes with shutout there, and again, one of the things I'm not surprised to see him make that kick because again I've seen him on the football field, but again after watching him as a goalkeeper, some of the amazingly gutsy but perfect reads he made coming out. One of the things that blew my mind as he was Topeka was in on a breakaway ball, kind of long pass sent forward. The Topeka attacker was stepping forward, picked it up about the there's going to be like a collision. Get to the ball, and he's going to collect it and be one-on-one. But instead of waiting for that, Jackson charged off his line, was out, and was just a smidgen late to the ball, but smart enough to make himself big and forces the Topeka forward to shank the ball off of him and out. So, again, when you see that kind of confidence in a freshman, it just bodes nothing but good things for the Chieftains going forward. And again, after that, they're going to send Daniel Zazadi on for the kickoff. Zazadi with the chip shot. Collected at 25 by Bradley Smith. Makes one tackler miss, but not the second as he's wrapped up by Devin Spleichel. Corrected myself as I see his parents sitting right in front of us. Want to make sure we call that right. Again, Devin had managed to bring him down and avoid the face mask. You're going to see, Devin, it was getting his hands dangerously close there, but he's able to, collect himself, get him down, and Southern Boone here with 40 seconds left in the game. May have time for one play if they give it a shot.
Go big or go home.
Ill-advised there as I think Devin Spleichel there with the interception to close out the game. Pass coming in a little bit hot for Baden Glass. I know that was a quick route, but I think it was a little bit quicker than he was expecting. And the Chieftains going to run out 52-13 winners over Southern Boone County. Again, huge win for the Chieftains, setting them up for a 6A showdown next week. Again, we were hoping to take on Bonner Springs, but again, we'll be welcoming Shawnee Mission East Lancers in, and again, great show of sportsmanship here at midfield as the teams acknowledging each other. Normally, we'd see the high fives and handshakes, but in the time of COVID, you want to kind of minimize things as much as you can. Again, it's hard if beating on each other there in midfield, but again, just as much as you can, you want to at least have the appearance of it. And we will step away real quick and be back to the SNS Body postgame show right after this.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and more. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
To be successful on the field or the court, you need a quality team. To be successful in the real estate game, you need the team at White Birch Properties Realty Executives in Tonganoxie. Amanda, Brianna, and Joanna make up this team of like-minded individuals with the goal of making the home buying and selling process enjoyable and stress-free. The team at White Birch Properties is in it to win it. Stop by and put together your game plan at 1203 State Avenue, Suite B in Tonganoxie, or call 913-417-1007.
Welcome back to Beatty Field. Tonganoxie running out 52-13 winners over Southern Boone County. Again, no doubt about that one. The player of the game today is Tyler Bowden. 7 touchdowns. Again, the bulk of the Tonganoxie offense, Jackson McWilliams adding a field goal there to push us over 50. But, yeah, I mean, I just don't even know where to start. Because, again, he shows the getting great positional awareness, waiting for the holes to develop behind the offensive line. He's able to pick up the cutback lanes when the holes don't develop all the way. And then obviously we saw the one play where he bolts 60-plus yards. What can he not do?
I think that really is the question of what he cannot do at this point, because we all know what he can do, and it also just seems like every week he does something even more special that makes you and I just go, wow. I mean, this young man is very special. The tools and talent that he has, he will definitely be moving on to playing on Saturday afternoons just like we are today, come next football season. Again, I don't know where to start either. 7 touchdowns. I'll have to wait to get the final word on what his final rushing yards were, but I think that just goes without saying. Tyler Bowden, he's an absolute beast.
Easily 400 yards on that. Yep. And we are joined by Coach Al Troyer back in the saddle after taking a wetting last week. Again, missed you, Coach, but again, outstanding performance today.
Yeah, I mean, we challenged our guys. A team coming in from Missouri. And we just said, hey, this is border war right here. It's us versus them, and our kids came out, and from the get go, we got a 3-and-out on them, and then we went down and scored in two or three plays and kept it going, and then we had kind of a lull, and they started moving the ball in the second quarter, and then we challenged them at halftime, and they responded with 3 in the third.
Yeah, it's, amazing work there. Again, we were talking, Dylan and I, as the game opened, it was one of those things where, Southern Boone County coming from, 2.5 hours away, about a 4-hour total travel time up at 7 o'clock this morning. You were kind of thinking maybe they're going to be a little bit slow starting and you're going to kind of bore itself out in the second quarter, but then you guys just, kind of put the hammer down and kind of turn the gas up to 11 there in the third quarter.
Yeah, they were attacking our weak side on defense, so we kind of make some adjustments there and got a couple picks in the second half, and our kids, just like I said, our kids responded. And as we look to last week, with me not being here, the great thing about, to me, the best thing about being a head coach is that you got great assistants, and we do have great assistants that can step in and do that job. I mean, it's not about me, and it never is. It's about us. Whether you're a player, whether you're a freshman, whether you're a senior getting ready to graduate, it's about us, and we do these things together.
Absolutely. You can talking about freshman Jackson McWilliams coming on, putting that 41-yard field goal through there at the end. That's getting a big boot for any kicker. Just how does that is that something you were obviously you were not afraid to send him on to try that, but is that something you were expecting?
We take it as he's got a great leg, and he doinked the one off the goalpost last week, and we wanted to give him a chance for redemption, so we gave him an extra 5 yards and let him kick it through. So he does a great job. He kicks well, and we're looking for great things from him in the future. Absolutely.
Again, as a freshman, he's got 3 more years of performance after this, and excited to see what he's on tap for us next week. Big game. Obviously, Bonner Springs not able to play, so we're welcoming a 6A powerhouse in Shawnee Mission East.
Yeah, well, Shawnee Mission East is, they're a team of tradition, and the one thing we can say about them, Coach Hoover and that staff, they're well coached, and it's going to be a difference of they're going to platoon, and we're going to have to get our kids ready. Hopefully, it won't be 90-some degrees like it was today on the turf. Both teams are starting to get gassed a little bit, but it's a great atmosphere. We're looking forward to the challenge, but it's going to be a big challenge for us, But we like the excitement, and getting us ready to go to the next level after we get through the next few games.
Absolutely. Any final thoughts?
No, I think the kids, for making the adjustment to a Saturday afternoon game, had a great atmosphere out here. They traveled well. They brought a lot of fans with them. I was impressed with that. They were a good class team, and we're glad they came and made the trip. And it's just we wish them the best of luck throughout the rest of the year. So.
Obviously, and one of the things that we would love to see this tradition continue on, where we kind of bring over a Missouri team, but again, not sure if that's going to happen. But anyway,
well, when you're in a league like ours, it has 9 schools, then it's a little tough to do that. It is what it is. This is a different year, but we've been blessed so far. Like I keep saying, we get one more day. We got today. We played 6 ball games, and we're looking to play more. And like I said, we just got to keep dodging that bullet and keep being blessed day by day.
Absolutely. Well, thanks, Coach, for your time. We'll let you get back to the locker room, and we will be back for the post-game show right after this. You're watching Tonganoxie Sports Live, presented by Kansas Insurance.
Community-minded, community-strong. That's what you get with Community National Bank in Tonganoxie. A small-town feel with the best banking services, including great options on loans, checking and saving accounts, CDs, safety deposit boxes, and more. At Community National Bank, people don't care how much we know until they know how much we care. To learn more, check us out on Facebook at Community National Bank KS or visit communitynationalbank.net. Go Chieftains!
The Tonganoxie Recreation Commission understands that the benefits of recreation are endless. That's why they are continually working to develop programs for all the residents of Tonganoxie. Great programs like the 3rd and 4th grade basketball league and the 4th through 6th grade volleyball clinics. Registration for those programs are open right now and are great for any skill level. For more information or to get registered, go to tongirec.org or call the Tonganoxie Recreation Commission at 913-845-3502. Get back in the game with Physical Therapy Solutions in Tonganoxie. As a state-of-the-art outpatient physical therapy clinic, Physical Therapy Solutions will develop a plan of care to help you move, reduce pain, restore function, and prevent disability. Physical Therapy Solutions takes great pride in delivering current, quality-driven treatments. Your physical therapist will work with you to help you understand your body so you will achieve long-term health benefits. To learn more, call Physical Therapy Solutions at 913-417-7400 or visit ptsolutionsks.com. Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com.
Welcome back to Beatty Field. Alongside Dylan Flex, this is John Rochkold, again bringing you Tonganoxie Sports Live as the stadium's pretty well cleared out here on a Saturday. Again, gorgeous afternoon for football, and Tonganoxie puts a gorgeous result on the scoreboard, 52-13 win over Southern Boone County. Tyler Bowden just doing his thing, 7 touchdowns. Again, came into the game with 16 on the year, and he gets almost half of his season total in one game and 3 in the first half. That's just that's just mind blowing. Again, and not to take away the performance again from any of the rest of the offense or the defense for the Chieftains, but again, that was just a dominating performance from Tonganoxie there. Excited to bring back, be back here 6 days from today as we come back to Beatty Field next Friday night, kind of our return to Friday Night Lights, welcoming Shawnee Mission East. And Kendall, what are you looking forward to over the next week for the Chieftains?
I'm just really looking forward to the challenge. This Tonganoxie Chieftains team is truly something special here, and we've seen them throughout their competition. They've handled it all pretty well, with the exception of that one Paola game. And again, there were still different circumstances then, with Poggi not being able to play and being on the road. But I truly believe this game that they're getting ready to play this upcoming Friday is really going to be a true measuring stick to see what this team is made of. It's not every day, every week. You see a Class 4A in Kansas hosting a Class 6A team. It's not something you just really see, but I think this Al Troyer and this Tonganoxie Chieftains team, he's going to have his team ready to go. Everybody's going to be well prepared, and they're going to be up for the challenge.
Yeah, like Coach Troy touched on in the postgame interview, this is a completely different year. Obviously, with Frontier League having 9 teams in it, it's hard to kind of fit those non-conference games in the schedule. But again, the with cancellations and quarantine, kind of every bit of craziness that's going on in the world. Again, we are fortunate to have played a game every week. We have not lost a game yet due to the quarantine knocking on the wood here in front of us in the press box. And hopefully, as I said, that continues through the next week.
And while we're also on that topic, if any of the Southern Boone County folks are still listening, we want to thank you guys again, making the long drive up here just so we can play some football. We thank everybody from the administration to the coaching staff and the players of the Eagles making the drive up here, coming to play some football with us on a Saturday afternoon. It was fun. I enjoyed it, but I am kind of looking forward to get back to Friday Night Lights next week.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, I used to live in mid-Missouri, worked for William Woods University as the sports information director, and I know that it is a long drive. I mean, it was a long drive from Columbia to where I was living at the time on the east side, the southeast corner of Kansas City, and then to tack on through the metro and further, it's even worse. And
on a bus too.
On a school bus.
School bus.
Yeah, it's not even a charter bus; it's a school bus. So, but again, the thing Coach Troy touched on again, it was impressive to look across at the visitor stand and see a good 50 to 100 people.
Absolutely.
From Southern Boone County who made the trip. Again, obviously, a lot of parents coming to support their student athletes, but again,
This is the first time ever. I got here a couple hours before kickoff, and before any Chieftain parents were here, there were Southern Boone County parents tailgating in high school parking lot. It was something I'd never seen before, but it just shows what a great group of family and kids that they got down there. Dedicated fans.
Absolutely. Wish you guys the best of luck through the rest of the season.
Absolutely.
And again, we're going to kind of wrap things up here. Again, for Dylan Funk and Harris Media Services, I'm John Roshkolb signing off from Tonganoxie Sports Live. Thank you and have a great afternoon.
We'll see you Friday.
You've been watching Tonganoxie High School Athletics on your new home for the Chieftains, Tonganoxie Sports Live. Tonganoxie Sports Live is presented by Kansas Insurance, locally owned and operated. Learn more at kansasins.com. Also by Brothers Market, Community National Bank, Midwest Chiropractic Center, SNS Auto Body, The White Birch Agency Realty Executives, Physical Therapy Solutions, First State Bank and Trust, the Tonganoxie Recreation Commission, and Wizard of Paws. Thanks for watching, and be sure to catch every second of the action right here on your home for the Chieftains, Tonganoxie Sports Live.